Hello, everyone. Welcome to the JollyGM RPG blog Coriolis game. So, first of all, I'd like to thank everyone for joining the game, as we were just previously discussing before I started the stream. Anyway, I'm really excited about tonight's game. This is the first time I've actually run like a large-scale adventure as opposed to one-shots, which I'm usually used to for this system. So hopefully it'll be fun. I am going to just start the game off really quick, and I'm going to get each of the characters to introduce themselves. In a short way. You don't have to give away too many secrets, and I'll just right now I will start with Haziz. Feel free.
Um, Hello, and be blessed by the icons. I'm Aziz Aidan. I'm the ship's engineer of the beautiful ship, the Tahara, which is about to carry pilgrims on their holy and spiritual journey from one point to another, under the blessing, of course, of the traveler, the icon of the pilgrimage. And yeah, I'm from Allgäu, one of the firstborn, the first citizens that actually settled here in this third horizon. And yeah, I'm of technical inclination, but of course, for me, it's a spiritual journey too. And yeah, I'm very glad that as a young engineer here, I'm blessed with such a fine fellows, a fine crew, and a fine ship. And we will do good things for good people.
Thank you very much. All right, Ardashar. Ardashar.
I am Ardashir, and I am the ship's sensor guy and the party's data gen. I kind of keep off to myself in the ship and just try to make sure we don't blow up.
Well done. All right, Miriam.
Hello, I am Miriam. I am the ship's gunner. I am also from Algol, and I wish everyone on the ship a blessed journey.
Thank you. Youssef.
I am Youssef Al-Amjad, the captain of the Tahara, and I will be bringing my crew and a group of pilgrims from Coriolis Station to the holy cities in Mira. May the icons bless us.
All right, and Amal.
I am Amal Nusabi. I am the ship's pilot. I'm from the planet Dabran. I grew up in Darbari, which is where the spaceport was located. My father was employed in the spaceport, and all I ever wanted to do was fly ships between the stars.
And lastly, we have Jabbar.
Hello, I am Jabbar. I grew up on Coriolis Station. I have recently mustered out of the Legionnaires and am undertaking this pilgrimage to attempt to find my faith.
Excellent. All right, guys. Well, I am going to start this adventure off. Your ship, the Tarhar. You've just been ferrying people back and forth for the last several months, doing what you guys have been doing before this has been transporting people from Coriolis Station to the Portal Station. They're just trying to get people to and from and trying to get the major transports. You haven't really been doing any of your jumps yet. You haven't been traveling too much around. But you've just recently returned back to Coriolis Station. Just back to Coriolis Station as you guys are, dropping people off and just trying to make a living. And you guys have been scraping by, just enough to pay off your monthly debts. And, the work hasn't been all that great for you. Your patron, the patron, which is, it's funny how I forgot that so quick.
The High Priestess?
The High Priestess, yes, of the Church of the Icons. And she has been very patient with you guys. She's been offering, getting some jobs, and she's just mainly been asking you guys to help out with getting people to and from the portal station. The money that you've been paying back, you've been scraping by. And at this rate, you feel like you'll be under the your patrons. You'll be working for her for a long time at the current rate. So off in the distance, as you're returning, you can see Coriolis Station just ahead. And you can hear various types of chitter and chatter over the radios. Lots of contacts on your radar screens. Lots of freighters going back and forth and various ships. And you get a radio message. Tarahara, Tarahara. This is Neoptra Spaceport Control. You copy, over.
Copy.
Tarahara, roger that. Just like to welcome back, blessed be the icons, that you've come back safely. We have your boarding instructions here. Please proceed to Port Station 1 and allow for docking procedures, and we will see you inside the station, over.
Our sensor operator would be the person to handle communications normally, yes?
It
Would
could
be
very
the
well.
captain?
It could very well be. Sure.
We copy. On our way in.
Okay, so as you guys are coming in, there's a lot of traffic in the area. Suddenly, the screen in front of Amal starts to light up, and it says like proceed or prepare for docking protocols. Manual control, over.
Switching over to manual control.
Tarahara, this is Coriolis Control. Roger, we got you on manual approach. Please approach by Vector 573. Come in at low speed, and we will see you here on the entrance. So we have a lot of traffic coming in and out today. So please be advised, there's a lot of freighters, a lot of traffic headed outbound in your area. Please do not proceed faster than your normal, approved approach speeds. Over.
Clear.
So, Amal, you've been given the instructions on how you like to approach this ship. The station. How would you like to do your entry?
They told me to do a nice manual entry. I'm not flying out towards the stars. I'm not going to risk smashing the ship into the damn space station.
All right, no problem. So as you approach Coriolis Station, the lights are starting to get brighter now. All the approach beacons are starting to light up properly, and you can see ahead of you in your sensor display and your visual display the lights that allows you to enter, which shows you where you got to enter into the docking ring there. So you enter in without too much of a problem. A little bit slow, a little cautious, I guess. It sounds a little bit, you're obviously gritting your teeth at some of the Sunday afternoon space drivers that are flying in and around this area.
I'm thinking, if you can't fly it, park it.
Tarahara.
That to myself.
Tarahara. This is Coriolis Control. Can we speak to the captain? Over.
This is the captain speaking, Captain Yusuf Al-Amjad of the Tahara. Over.
Captain, please be advised that on your approach, as you land, there is a message for you at the main terminals. Please be advised that it is of urgent that you check this message. Over.
Message received. We'll check immediately on landing. Thank you, Control. Over.
All right. So the ship finally enters in, and you enter in slowly through the approach gate there, and the ship you enter in. Oh, I gotta get my pictures ready.
Man overboard.
Man overboard. We lost Adashar from Fantasy Grounds there for a second though. Is he back?
I'll be back.
Okay.
Not back yet. The power went off my place like right as we were right after I had made the reply on the radio.
Oh no way.
Well, you can
Yeah.
still role play.
What did I miss?
You
We're
missed
talking-
the first.
You just missed your pilot just like flying straight into this space station at full speed because you could.
Yeah, we're
The
feeling,
ship failed before he died, as usual.
Okay, just 1 second here. So as you guys are flying in a little closer, here's the kind of the approach of what Coriolis Station looks like as you're getting a little bit closer.
It never ceases to amaze me.
shiny.
So I'm going to bring up a rather large sheet here right now. It's a little bit larger than the normal, but this is the station, the map of the station. And you guys are currently landing in Neoaptra spaceport, which is number 1, which is on the northern part of the map there, just off of the Spice Plaza. And this spaceport, this dock, the way it is, as you come in, over the years, it's been really ramped up and modified and modernized. You still see, most of the ship looks like bulkheads and steel beams and stuff. But the people of the Neoptra spaceport, and along with the Spice Plaza, they really changed the look of it. So it looks like a very authentic looking. There's pillars of multiple levels, and at the highest level is called the Balustrade. And the Balustrade is pretty much where people can dock their ships if they have if you're not super rich but you have a nice ship. This is where you would probably land your ship. All right. So as you come in and you land your ship, you come in and you start to dock. You land in your proper docking spot, and you can hear the hissing of the clamps hook onto the ship. And suddenly, as soon as you land, you see Yusuf, on your screen, you get a notification that instantly starts blinking red.
I'm going to check and see what's going on. That is usually bad.
Well, it's a message that instantly shows saying that your ship is being is being held until payment can be due at the local customs office. Please see your customs agent for more information.
I told them that check was in the mail. Dang, nabbit. Well,
You should have overnighted it.
leaving weapons behind because I forgot to make sure that I had a proper permit for any weapons on the Coriolis station. So I will. I guess we're going to have to go to the customs office, see exactly what is happening here. So
Okay.
let's assume maybe a 12-hour leave for the crew, and just keep your communicators on standby in case we need to get out of here a little faster than normal.
Do you expect trouble?
It seems like we already have some kind of trouble. Hopefully, it's something that is just a misunderstanding.
Yeah, probably. It will all work out now.
Hey, weapons? None of us can bring weapons aboard, or just you?
Coriolis requires a permit for an individual weapon. The permit usually is about the price of the weapon itself. So, if you bought weapons but didn't buy permits, you probably don't want to try to sneak them in.
Wouldn't we have permits? Is this part of our job? Just wondering.
If anybody is licensed, they would. Otherwise, you need an individual permit. So, there's a licensed advantage that you can take, and if you have it, you probably can. But otherwise, assume not.
I think Nasser is licensed. We saw him last time. He probably had lots of licenses for weapons and stuff.
Well, I'm pretty strong. I can take care of myself if I have to.
All right.
Yeah, but remember, you don't need to.
One never knows. I'm just saying.
Well, hopefully the customs office isn't going to be a place filled with gangsters and thugs, I would assume. So, anyone who wishes to come with me to help us explain and deal with this misunderstanding is certainly welcome to.
Oh yes, of course. I'm quite curious what the actual problem might be.
Well,
Good,
Captain,
good.
you are a more than capable businessman. I'm going to stay with the ship and make sure that everything is addressed.
Yeah, don't shut the reactor down.
Check all the systems out while we're at port or dock.
All right. So just a reminder for everyone: if there's an image that I once showed and you clear it and you want to go back to see it, by clicking on the image button on the right-hand side, you can go in and you can view all the pictures that I shared before. So you can click it up and look at it whenever you like.
But if there's something you want to regularly reference, you can just take the little corner dot up like where it says Coriolis on the open map and drop it in your hotbar. And then anytime you want to look at it, you just put it on your hotbar and pop it over. Like if we had an actual map of the Tahara, that's handy.
Excellent. Thank you. That's quite useful.
I use that a lot when I'm GMing games for stuff that I want to push along.
So you guys are on, or now just landed, and there's lots of activity taking place in the spaceport here. Yeah, so what do you guys want to do?
Customs office, straight away. Actually, is this the same message that they were referring to? I'm assuming it's the same message they were referring to when they communicated to us before we landed.
You'll have to go to the data station, and the league. Oh, hold on, what's it called?
Consortium?
No, not the consortium. It is. The Free League database. And these terminals that are in various areas around the spaceports, mainly areas for keeping track of, looking for jobs or important messages back and forth. It's a place where you can kind of go, and it's kind of like, people like yourselves who are involved with business. You guys are quite familiar with this type of station. It's like a little communication station, like a public board, but you can have access to it and check for information and stuff like that. And obviously,
All right, so
go ahead.
Go ahead.
So not that far from where you've actually docked your ship, there's an actual Free League board, community board there, or a communication station.
I want to check that first. Then, if we have an issue with our payment, perhaps some incoming income might allow us to get this ship out of Hawk.
All right.
So as you walk over to the station there, you enter in your information, and it comes up with a priority message. And this message seems to be from the church, from your patron, actually. And it's just flashing, please urgent, please read. Or please contact me as soon as possible.
Alrighty, then let's get in communication with our patron. Do we have our patron's name handy?
Oh yes, of course. It's the actual high priestess, Tamina Saburi.
Man, of all the games, I have to pick a game that I can't pronounce half the words in.
Don't do anything Gaelic.
It's actually the icon of the messenger that makes your tongue very light and agile.
Yes, it is. All right, let's give the high priestess a call immediately then.
All right, so as you bring up the the data screen, and you can't go through the proper communications protocol, this picture shows up, and it's not your the patron, but it's more of one of her assistants.
Okay.
Captain Yusef, I'm glad you've gotten our message.
Your Holiness, how can we be of assistance?
Well, it appears that we are in need of a favor, and we have a job that we would like for you guys to do for us.
Well, of course. Your wish is our command. Anything to serve the icons.
Blessed be. I'm so happy that you have joined our service. We have been blessed since you have joined us. Your commitment to ferrying passengers back and forth to the portals has been well noted, and we feel that it is time to up your participation within our organization and within the church. So we have asked one of our members to contact you within a few hours at your ship. It appears that we are looking to have some people complete a holy pilgrimage, we're hoping.
Ooh, will they be going to the holy cities in Mira by chance?
The icons work in mysterious ways. When you have a chance to talk to the individual, and that individual's name is Duran Rahel. So I would write that down here. Duran, Rahal.
Is this a known name?
It is no, not to you guys. Now, let me see here. Let me have a look at the skills here. Anyone with culture, if they would like to make a cultural roll, if someone wants to give it a try, if they have it.
I have culture.
All right, so it's culture at your base skill. So normal difficulty, zero additions to it.
That is 2 successes.
All right, so you remember this name as a prophet, apparently, for the Lady of Tears, and kind of a doomsday prophet type of thing, but has been very outspoken in the last several segments.
The Lady of Tears is my icon. We are blessed. What an incredible opportunity. Aziz, I think you will appreciate contact with a true holy man and a prophet.
I cannot think about appreciating anything more.
Well, I am very happy to hear that, Captain Youssef. It is extremely urgent for you to do this. So please make sure that you do what you can to accommodate Mr. Duran.
Absolutely, Your Holiness. We will take care of our business at the customs office now, and then we'll await his contact. The ship is ready, and we'll be waiting to take off at a moment's notice at his request.
Very well. He will be at your station or at your ship when he is ready. So just stand by until just wait for his arrival.
Perfect.
All right. So with that, the image kind of closes out, and yeah. So that's it. That was the message that was waiting for you there. What does everybody want to do now?
Captain, I'm very impressed that you will let them make their pilgrimage for free. This is a once in a lifetime chance for you to get actually more blessings of the icon than ever. It's a real profit we are transporting, and for once you didn't argue and didn't negotiate about the payment. I'm very proud of you.
Well, let's see how much money we owe on the ship before we decide we're letting them travel for free. But I'm sure that we will be able to take care of them, and the icons will take care of us. Let us notify the rest of the crew that we will have an esteemed passenger. Aziz, will you let the rest of the crew know, and
Oh, yes.
and we can travel to and then we can travel to find out what is going on at the customs office.
Yes, of course. I hurry back to our ship and give them the good news.
Oh, well, that's good. That's very good. We are truly blessed.
Yes. Good news, everyone.
Amal stays very focused on her array in front of her, rolling her eyes where no one can see.
This is a really, real holy man, you know? A prophet, you know?
Okay. So as this message is taking place and Amal is sitting at her console, suddenly for Amal, you're getting a sensor, some sort of reading starting to display saying pretty much put it the engine light of your ship has just come on.
Is Ardashir on board, or did he go with the captain?
I think Ardashir is still on board, I think.
I thought so.
And I'm about to return. So Aziz is about to return.
If he's on board, I'm going to turn to him and go, Ard. And by this time, I've already started calling the kid Artie. Hey, Artie, can you take a look at these sensor readings? I'm not sure I'm correct, but it's indicating some kind of problem with the engine.
Let us see what our sensors say.
I'm going to get you to make just a standard or an easy, so that will give you a bonus of +1 dice to your DataGen roll, please.
All right. Just need to put 1 in the adjusting, right?
That
or modifier.
Yeah. So what it is, if you roll your skill,
Should have rolled just once, but it looked like it was a fail the first time. So.
All right. Would you like to pray?
You know, there is a time to pray. This is now.
All right. So you need to make a prayer to the messenger.
Let's see. Was the messenger male or female?
Oh, that's a good question.
It's actually beyond such simple concepts, but you can always assume that it's a gender, yes.
All right. Come on. The console's going slow. Oh, messenger, help me. Damn it. Messenger, come on. Come on. The console's not reading this. Help me.
This
All right.
is actually a very heartfelt prayer, although a bit crude.
All right. So make your roll again.
All right. Say modifier or no modifier?
Same modifier as before.
Okay. I believe we got 1.
It tells you that it appears that your fuel system has some impurities in it, and it may need some repairs.
Uh-oh. It's looking like there's some type of contaminant in the fuel system.
And where's our engineer at? Getting about the station.
No, Aziz was going back.
On the way back, yeah.
You're on your communicator, Aziz?
All the time.
Then I'm going to contact Aziz via the communicator. Aziz, are you with the captain or?
No, I'm hurrying back to our ship. I have very good news. We are about to transport a real prophet. You know, it's a very good day, and it starts getting better and better.
Oh, yeah. Well, the captain always does like a good prophet. However, that's neither here nor there. We're not going to make anything. We need you to get back here and check these engine systems. There's indications on the sensors of some kind of impurity in the fuel systems, and this prophet's going nowhere.
Impurities in the fuel system by the icons. That cannot be. Yeah, I will hurry, of course. Oh, with all due haste, yes. So I am actually running to our ship, no matter who I might actually collide with.
Yeah, because there's a sincere prophet. I mean, depending on you making sure this ship can fly.
Yes, of course.
All right, so you get the call over the radio there, Aziz. We'll drop back to Youssef. Youssef, you're now walking your way to the customs agent.
Yeah.
All right, so you walked through the spice port, the spice market, and there's lots of little shops and various types of. It's a very big, fancy-looking market, or bazaar, put it that way. Whatever you could ever want when it comes to foods, clothing, like material, textiles, types of things, everything is there that you could ever wish. If it's not on Coriolis, it's not in the system, put it that way.
Well, as much as I would like to go clothes shopping and bring back some of the newest, finest fashions, I'm a little bit concerned about this confusion about the payments on the ship. So I am going to stay focused and not stop more than once or twice to look at fancy clothing and get right to the customs office.
All right. So you come up to the as you're walking to the edge of the. Let me bring up the image here now. So essentially, the customs office is the main. Is pretty much right just south of you. It connects directly to the promenade. And it's a large, against the wall in the bulkhead, is actually a highly reinforced building. That's what it looks like. And of all the fancy looking, stuff that's in the Spice Plaza, this customs agent looks like completely militaristic. It stands out. It doesn't look pretty. It oozes bureaucracy as you walk towards it.
Well, it wouldn't be the first bureaucracy we've had to deal with, and I'm certain it won't be the last. So I'll put on my winning smile and get in line and take my number.
So after a little while, eventually the customs agent picks your number and comes up, and as you approach the station, he looks up and he recognizes, he looks at your number and brings up your information. He says, Captain Youssef, yes, I believe you've come to deal with the manner of payment.
Yes, I'm confused. I was notified there's some discrepancy. Please, how can I assist in making the situation right?
Oh, it's very simple. It appears that your last payment of approximately 5,000 burr did not get transferred as you expected to the payment office here, and your ship has been put on lockdown until 5,000 can be paid for.
Now, do I know anything about this payment not being made? Is this a surprise to me, or have we been skating on the edge for a while?
No, it's your payments. You've been always very. Your crew has been very diligent on making sure payments. You've always made your payments. You've always, at the sacrifice to some other things. And your last payment, which was just before you started your last mission, should have been put through without issue. But for some reason, you made a payment, but it never went to anyone.
Do I know the custom agent's name yet?
The custom agent's name is... It's easier for me to frack the names. Holy cow.
Sorry.
His name is Custom Agent 1.
How about Sal? Or Salazar?
Quazim Shanda. And he has he has a nice, thick, heavy-looking beard, and he has very piercing eyes. He's looking at you like his eyes are very narrowed and focused in on you the whole time, almost somewhat disturbing.
I know Kasim. He's a good guy.
Agent Quazim, this is very confusing. I'll pull up. I have a transactor and I have a tabula. I'm going to show him the record of my payment and see if can we take a look and see? Because I'm not quite sure the payment was made before our last trip, and we should, in fact, if we should be on our payment schedule.
So he kind of looks at you for a few minutes, and he says, "Okay, yeah, no problem. We'll bring up a look here." And you see him kind of bringing up his computer screen, and it's like a holographic image, and various numbers are flashing up, and he looks at you after. And what's that?
His thing. I'm just going to make some small talk with him and just friend him up a little bit as he is doing this, and just genuinely be a really decent sort of chap.
After some time, he's looking at you and he's like, "I'm sorry, sir, but it says here that there's been no payment at all, and I see no record of this particular transaction. As far as the Coriolis station and the authorities are concerned, sir, you are in debt for 5K of burr."
So we'll have to certainly check with our banking institutions, and I assume there's something of such sort, or somebody somewhere has, and I'm not going to say this out loud, or somebody somewhere has or within their agency has interfered to stop us from doing something important. So I'm going to ask him if he'd be so kind as to double check while I check with my bank, and then try to figure out, without being real clear that I might want to go over his head, but we may need to get in touch with somebody else within this organization, although I suspect a problem would start further up than the guy answering the questions at the window.
If you would like, you can try to make a manipulation roll, and it would be to try to see if he can kind of help you out for now.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's a demanding roll, so it's -1 to your overall skill.
All right. Now, when I go to make a roll with a penalty, I know there's a way to do that. How do I do that in? How do I do that?
So your
skill set.
Your manipulation, your manipulation seems like it's already got included your attribute into it, right?
Yes, it does. Yep.
Okay, cool. So what you do here, whatever other modifiers that you have in the modifier down below in the bottom right-hand corner, left-hand corner, just put in like -1 or the total of whatever it's going to be.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, right there. Okay, so I can put -1 there and then do a roll and roll it at -1.
That's correct. Yep.
All right. I might regret asking this, but what is his reputation?
0.
Mine is 7.
So the difference of that. So for manipulation here, this is going to be a good test of the rules.
I think I add 1 for each level of manipulation I'm above him.
When testing for each of the following factors. I'm going to... Yes, that's what it is. It's page 92. Let's see. No. Not 92, sorry.
Definitely not 92. That's combat.
Yeah, that's for the stress.
Try 62.
62?
Yeah.
Thank you, Frank. Reputation, yep. If yours is higher, you get +1 for each step you outrank your opponent. If it's lower, it's -1 per.
Well, there you go. So he has 7.
Only come into effect if social standing is important.
Well, this is fairly important because you do have a high reputation and you're kind of got a fairly high patron. So I would say for sure that it's important in this case.
So the adjustment is +6 then, so it's -1 for it being harder, and then +7 for reputation. So +6.
+6. Yep.
Okay, and then manipulation.
He apparently will name his firstborn son after you.
He's going to offer you his daughter.
Oh, Captain Youssef. Oh, listen, I'm so sorry about the issues that you're going through. I tell you what, I'll put this on hold. There's not much more I can do with it, but I'll tell you what, I'll put a little. We'll give you a free pass for now, but the next time you come back in your land, you're going to have to go much higher than me. But, I know you're doing a lot for the icons. Blessed be, you're a wonderful person, sir. And I don't really I really don't want you going too high above here. So how about I'll just take the locks off your ship for now. And next time you come back, just please try to settle this up, sir. And just don't come to me. Talk to your superiors or something, sir. Like I don't want to cause any issues, but I'm just trying to do my job, okay?
Thank you so much, Cosine. May the icons bless you. I greatly appreciate your hard work, and I will make certain that that everyone knows that you're doing great work in this office. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. And with that, just give it an hour, sir, and you'll see the notification of the lockings off your ship, sir, just to let it go through the system. And eventually you'll see the locks be disengaged.
Perfect. On my way back, at one of the stands, I'm going to stop and get a small icon for the traveler. Just
okay.
a trinket, a small trinket, and have it sent to him with a thank you.
Just check off one burr.
Sure.
All right,
I'll go back to the ship as quick as I can.
All right, so you get back to the ship, and you can see Aziz there. He's busy looking at stuff. Yeah, so what do you guys want to do now?
So what is the actual problem with the fuel?
It seems like your fueling system filters is been clogged up with something, and you're going to have to either make some repairs yourself by getting the parts somehow, maybe. But apparently the fuel filters have been kind of gummed up.
Well, if I can make the repairs without any additional parts that are not on our ship, I will actually try. But if I need to get things, get some parts, yeah, we probably need to get some parts then.
All right, well...
Aziz, can you get a sample of that? Because we need to figure out what this impurity is. I mean, it had to happen last time we docked somewhere. Or, when was the last time we got topped up?
The last time you guys got topped up was at the portal station for the cow system, which is the system you're currently in. So on your last trip.
I do actually have a portable lab with me, so let me analyze this one a little bit.
Oh, you have a portable lab. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, for you, it's going to take roughly an hour to do the samplings and to figure out exactly what's going on. But it will be a normal check, so there's no additional minuses or anything to your skill.
Would it give him a bonus for me to assist? I've got science.
Yeah, you can do that. That'd be no problem. That'd be a +1.
And the portable lab is giving me a bonus on that too, as far as I see it. So it gives me a +2 to science when analyzing foreign substances. So that's +3 in total, I think.
All right, +3 in total. So go ahead and make the roll.
Okay, that's wits and the bonus and my science. Okay. Well, should the messenger actually failed me at this one, No, that cannot be. Actually, it must have been my own inability to understand the messenger correctly. So I really like to pray to the messenger to enlighten my perception of this important message.
Well, then make your prayer.
All right, that was my prayer.
All right, so go ahead and re-roll again.
Okay, let's see how that turns out now. And yeah, I think the messenger was a little bit annoyed at me requiring this message again, but at least it is a success.
As far as you can tell, it seems that your high torquing energy modulator has been gummed up, and the fueling seems to have some sort of contaminant in it, and has actually wrecked it. Now you can still fly, but you're gonna have to, you can still fly, but you're gonna have some issues with it, or you can just try to get the whole thing repaired.
What do I think? How long would a total repair actually take?
Well, you can get the mechanics to service the docking yard to look after it. Now that'll cost about 2K. Or you can probably fix the whole thing yourself in probably a couple of hours if you had the parts for probably 500.
So we need parts for 500, and then we could start with the repair.
Yes, that's correct.
That's what I actually sent to our captain. Captain, do you copy?
This is the captain speaking.
We have a slight problem with our fuel system. Actually, we need some parts to make a repair. Those parts are about 500 bir. Could you be so kind and I sent you the list. Get them so that I can start repairing right away. Thank you very much.
It will be done.
Very good.
So spare parts are rules-wise just typically generic, and I paid for 5 sets of spare parts, ordinary spare parts. So we have some parts in the cargo hold. So if I think that the things that he asked for are there, I'm going to call him back. And Aziz, take a look in the cargo hold. There's a series of crates up against the left-hand bulkhead, and look in crates 3 and 7, and hopefully you see what you need there.
Oh, are those parts? Actually, that would be the first place I would have checked. Because it's on our ship. Do we have parts already on our ship?
5 sets of ordinary spare parts.
5 sets of ordinary is that like a module or a feature?
It's not a module. It's equipment. And I noticed that when you repaired, you needed parts. And I said, gosh, it would suck to be in space and have something broken and not be able to fix it. So I dropped $1,000 out of my starting money for 5 sets of spares.
Well, la-dee-da, aren't you a captain that thinks ahead?
This is why, even though I don't really trust most of these people, I'll be loyal.
Well,
they do their jobs. He takes care of the crew and the ship.
Yeah, and so let's get the repairs started right away.
Okay, so what I will rule, I'm going to put, how many spare parts you say you had?
5.
Alright, so I'm going to rule that part that you're actually looking for is there. And I'm going to subtract your spare parts down to 4. And I got that listed on the features portion there of your character sheet.
Okay, cool.
The ship sheet.
I'll take it off my character sheet then. So Aziz, were you able to fix it?
Yes, of course. I'm going to it right away.
You are truly blessed by the icons.
And actually, this whole ship is blessed by such a wise captain.
So let's for everybody else, let's just sort of do a once over on the ship and get everything ready to go, because we may have to leave in a hurry, I suspect. So, crew, there's an issue with the customs office, and they seem really to want to keep us here. And until we get this resolved and figure out exactly what the problem is, we are going to have an important passenger, and we would certainly like to put our best foot forward and make a great impression. This is someone who is fairly well regarded in the Third Horizon, and so we want to take good care of this prophet and give him a good trip. So let's make sure that we're ship shape and ready to go.
All right, let's get it fixed.
All right, so you get a over the radio comms. You get a incoming message starting to flash on the console.
This is the Tahara. Go ahead.
You, on the screen, you get a strange-looking character kind of on the screen, and he says, "We have been told that." Bring up the picture. A weird blank-looking face, just to cover it up, and it says, "Hello, Captain. We have been told that you offer services to pilgrims."
That we do.
"We would like to hire your vessel for a very important trip."
You have my ear. Now, are these guys? Does this character I see? Does he look anything like the prophet we were?
The prophet that you were expecting to show up?
How?
Looks. This is not the prophet. No.
Okay.
This is somebody else.
Do I recognize? That's a pretty distinctive outfit. Do I recognize the sect or the group?
You do. This particular sect. Where's it to? Man, there's so much culture involved in this game. It's crazy. The various symbols that are on the person's attire, you feel like it comes from the icon known as the Gambler.
Interesting. But I don't recognize this. Isn't like a particular group or sect that is well known or anything in particular.
No, that's correct.
Okay. Tell them that let's discuss business. Would you like to come to our ship?
Yes, my compatriots are resting back at the terminals. So yes, I will come on board and I will we'll have a look.
Okay. All right. Let's bring them on board and let's introduce them to the crew. In particular, let's make sure that they meet the security crew with this is Mari. She is our gunner and security officer, and Jabbar, he is our secondary gunner and security officer as well, and our center operator Ardashir, and of course Aziz, the de facto priest of our ship.
I'm the engineer actually. But we are all very, very, very engaged in the faith of the icon. You're very welcome.
Yes. We are hoping to arrange transportation to the as I get back in the character's name. I'm gonna bring up the map, the horizon map. Let's see.
That was the first one I bookmarked.
We are looking to establish transportation to the Hamara sector.
That is a dangerous place.
Yes, it is, but we are. It is important that we go there. I can make it worth your while, sir, but we feel that the gambler has led us to you, it seems.
The icons have spoken then. Well, let's please tell me more about how quickly you need to be there, how many you have to bring, and of course the price you're willing to pay to make it worth us risking our entire ship and our lives.
Well, the entire group of us, there is 8 of us, and we will be willing to pay roughly 1,000 burr per person to get us there as soon as you are able to, sir.
Well, at 1,000 per, that is, let's see. Now Coriolis is in which system? I'm looking for.
It's in the cow system, or I'm going to say
it's
cow.
at least one jump.
Yeah, so it's 1 jump.
Okay. And is this, from a pricing standpoint, I have no clue how long the jump takes us.
The jumps are instantaneous. Now the thing is, to travel from the station to the portal. I'll bring up the other map here now.
Would that cover up our cost of operations during that trip?
That's exactly what I'm trying to determine, because that I do not know.
So
Portal.
if you look at the station here, at the Kauai, I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't want to say cow because it sounds stupid.
How about
Kua?
Kua.
Kua. All right. So the Kua station is or system. The planet is roughly 4.5 astronomical units from the portals. So to get your speed of the ship is you find out the distance and divide it by your speed, and that's the number of days it'll take for you to get there to the portals. But the portal jump itself is fairly instantaneous.
Okay. I think our speed is 2, so we're looking at a couple of days, which isn't terrible.
So slightly over 2 days to get to the portal, then instantaneous jump. And how long at the target system? How long will we take there?
The individual looks at you, and the slit in the visor kind of peers into you and says, "Our journey is only one direction, so as soon as we reach our station, then we'll be free to go."
Yes, but after the portal on the other side, how long would it take to reach your destination?
Right, are you going to the portal station? Or to one of the planets in the system?
Well, that is the question that a lot of people have been asking us. The icons have not... The icon, the gambler, has not deemed it required that we know exactly. We just know that once we reach that destination, once we reach the portal in that system, our destination will be made known to us.
Well,
that's not a problem. Let's consider we need to refuel, make maybe some minor repairs or so. What's the nearest station on the other side?
The nearest station on the other side is a mining station that there's in the Hamara sector. And I will bring up my trusty PDF to see here. Let's see.
So you multiply the distance by the AUs that you need to travel, correct?
You divide it.
Divide it. Okay. So yeah, 2.25 days. So 2.25 days would be our travel time, because it's 4.5 astronomical units away from the portals.
So out of character, this seems like a pretty reasonable fare.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't seem, it's probably a little bit more, really. It's one jump. It's a simple drop off, as far as you know. Yeah, so.
And on a character, how many people would be coming with us then?
It'd be 8 people total.
Well, that would really cover the net then.
It's a trip for them to get for us once we get in system. It's 50 some odd hours total.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So even if we have to bring them to a planet, we're good.
There's only 2 planets in the Hamara system, and there's a big gas giant. But majority of the people in that system are all on stations as opposed to planets. The planets are are tough living conditions.
So how many days to the next best station we get?
You're looking at to the portal. It's about 2.5 days to get to the portal, and then you either pay directly to get onto in through the station, or you can make an uncalculated jump, which is fine. You don't have to pay anything. Or you can do your own calculations, or you can wait for a freighter to come by and hopefully get the jumping coordinates for free.
That's the jump. And after the jump, we probably need additional days to get somewhere else,
Don't we have this profit to carry as well?
If we take this fare, we probably do not take the profit, and that means our generous patron, the High Priestess, will be more than a little bit annoyed.
Why can't we take both and somehow...
Yeah. Someone goes first and someone goes second, that's all. And I think we sell it that they get to travel with the profit, and that is the real reason that the gambler had sent them to us.
Well, let me put it to you this way. As someone who's a follower of the gambler, when the luck is hot, sometimes you need to know when to go with the gambler, so to speak. Because luck can be fickle, can it not?
Yes, but the High Priestess is a very unfickle, very constant person.
The High Priestess is correct, but the spirit of the gambler is always to sit there and know when to push your luck.
What is the destination of this profit?
Would we get in trouble if we took the side trip? Like, would there be possible punishment for our crew? I mean, if they're not going to punish us,
why put it that
where he
way?
wants to go.
Put it that way. She actually made it even possible that we make some meager profits in this system, and if she withdraws her protective and generous hand from us, we are, screwed.
Well, of course, I wouldn't want her to do that. But...
What is this prophet's destination?
Let's speak to the prophet, because we don't know that yet. So we still need to repair the fuel, right? That's going to take some time, and we should be hearing from this prophet anytime. So as soon as we hear from the prophet, we'll know. And in the meantime, we can we can get the names of our passengers leader, and let them know that they will have the honor of sharing a pilgrimage vessel with the Great Prophet, and hope that there isn't some kind of horrible faction interaction between them.
So you want to tell them that we are to transport the Prophet, who is a very high-profile person. You can always do that, and I really admire your trust in your fellow human being.
Well, I kind of think that I agree that we need to balance them both, because we can't afford to turn down the fare, but we can't afford to turn down the Prophet's request either. So we have to find ways to do both.
I think we need to hear them both fully. You know, we've got what we can on this for right now. Next, we do some sensor analysis and navigational magic to figure out what we need to do. Would be the logical way to go about this.
Captain Youssef, she kind of, the person that you were talking to in the mask, it just interrupts and just explains to you the name. And although the voice of this individual, you can't tell whether it's male or female, simply because of the mask or the attire that the person is wearing. The name is Asia Kara.
Well, we do not know what the Prophet actually wants from us, where he wants to go, when he wants to go. So I would say I go to the engine room and make the repairs, and whatever our captain decides, however we need to proceed, I'm always with the captain.
Who has the best people skills to talk to the Prophet?
Oh,
that's probably me.
Yeah.
Well, while that's going on, I'm also going to request permission from the captain to go onto the station markets. There was a few items she wanted to pick up.
Absolutely. Just stay in contact with us in case we need to leave in a hurry.
I have my communicator with me as always, Captain.
Perfect. Have fun shopping.
And just as this happens, the light that tells you that the ship has been locked down has finally cleared to green, so you're no longer permanently locked down.
Excellent.
Okay, so I will allow, if anyone who wants to go shopping and get some equipment, I will share the image with everyone.
You didn't say equipment. I'm going to look for some baklava.
Somewhat.
Baklava. In Greek, it's baklava. In Arabic, it's baklava.
Miriam doesn't really need anything for the markets. I mean,
A really nice sweet, and I'm from Deborah, and in Deborah, they're pretty Sybaritic overall, if you read up on it.
Miriam was raised poor, so she's not exactly a high fashion person. If anything, she requires food and basic stuff.
Did you wish to go to the markets with me?
She's a little bit tempted, but not really, because we could have to leave in the hurry between these two groups of people, so.
Miriam, consider that we're not going anywhere until I return to the ship anyway.
I suppose it couldn't hurt to look. I mean,
you should enjoy it, Miriam. And in the future, I'm going to refer to the markets and all through Coriolis as suits.
All right, I suppose I can't hurt to look at the market anyway.
If you are preparing to go to the shopping centers and so on, I would suggest you do that, because you never know. You might actually find the husband of your life there. Go there. It's good for you.
Sure. Whatever you say, Aziz. Very, very good.
As you guys are discussing about what the market is about to do, suddenly you get an indication saying that there's a person asking for permission to come on board, and you see, first of all, meanwhile, the character Hashia is still on board, and you're still discussing there with her. You see the image of Kassam asking
That is
to permission to come
Okay.
aboard, and this is the prophet.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Aha. Sorry, I spelled that completely wrong. Q.
Kasim.
Kasim.
So
Not,
Yeah, Kasim, yes.
not to be confused with Kasim from the custom.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Wrong
Duran
name.
Rahal.
Wrong name. I apologize for that. That's a copy and paste
Good.
error. That there is actually Duran, sorry.
Duran Rahal. Okay, yep.
I will need to change that.
they probably have a very similar beard.
So I guess Amal and I go window shopping, or actual shopping and window shopping.
Yes, Captain Youssef. Well, this is, as you're kind of discussing, this person here kind of comes on board, and, you know, yes, Captain Youssef, I'm ready to depart.
Your Holiness, and where is your destination?
My destination, sir, in which the icons are telling me, is where is it to?
Libar?
I need to travel to Tazog as quickly as possible.
All right. Well, this leaves us in a tricky situation, doesn't it? So he wants to go. He wants to go to Tarzan. All right. Excellent. Are you prepared to depart immediately?
Yes, sir. I will be coming on board when I'm just waiting for my belongings to show up. I expect to have a very, although this seems to be a fairly modest ship, I expect to have something that is equal to my station.
You can actually have my cabin. You can take it as long as you need it. I sleep in one of the coffins. It's not a problem.
The icons. I feel the icons have told me your name before, and he does some sort of hand gesture, and he kind of puts his two fingers on your forehead, and he says, "May you be blessed."
Thank you very much. It's such a great honor to have you on board.
So, Captain, I expect to be in the air very shortly.
Yes, of course, of course. Duran, may I call you Duran? What is the proper term of address for one of your stature?
You can call me Your Holiness.
Your Holiness. We'll be glad to bring you to Tarazug as quickly as possible, and the trip will take, I'm guessing based on a quick reading, probably a couple of weeks. We have other passengers who are trying to book with us. Would it cause you any inconvenience if your trip took a little bit longer?
I do believe that my mission or my purpose is of utmost importance, and I was informed that the from your very own patron that you will do whatever you could to facilitate my travel to the Tarag system. Do I need to contact her and say that something has changed?
No, of course not. Of course not. I am merely gauging your requirements so that we can serve you appropriately. May the icons bless our trip. and I'm going to show him to Aziz's cabin, and and help him get settled in, and then try to figure out if we can still manage things with a Sia Kara and the rest of the red hats.
The red hats. Okay, so you're having that discussion. I'm going to drop you guys off. Just drop back to both Amal and to Miriam. You guys want to do this kind of conversation that's taking place as you're in the ship. Do you guys still want to continue off and do your thing?
I'm not sure we will have the time to shop, especially if we have to leave quickly with the prophet.
And Amal's gonna mutter under her breath again, "They're not going anywhere till I get back."
We can try shopping, but we'll have to shop quickly, I think.
We're right here at the Spice Plaza. It shouldn't take long to find a supply of baklava.
All right, I'll go with it.
And maybe some halava.
I will trade
I wonder if they have kanafi here. Probably not. Only on Deborah.
They pretty much have everything that you require, that you're looking for. That'll be no problem to track down these types of
sweets.
Sweets,
All
yeah.
sweet.
Yeah, should be no problem at all. Guys, I just got to take 2 minutes. My dog needs to get outside here now, so can we take a quick bio break?
Oh, yeah.
Sure. I've needed to take one anyway.
All right, no problem. I'll be right back.
All right, and if anyone's still around, let Jolly know the power went out again.
This is good.
Okay, I am back, and I just before I left, I heard that someone got disconnected.
Yeah, that was me.
All right.
Yep,
The
and
boat
lost
friend
power
spider
at my
went out.
house. Yep.
You say you're losing power in the house, type of thing, or
Yep.
rolling blackouts?
It looks like it. I'm right now. I'm on Discord because I got that on my phone. I wish Fantasy Grounds had a phone app.
That'd be nice, actually, if it did. So, how long was the power out the first time that you?
It was just like a couple minutes.
Okay.
But this has already been over that. That was right before you guys had done the bio.
Somebody else could pull. I mean, worst case scenario, someone else could pull up your sheet and roll for you, right?
Oh yeah, there's lots of things that we could do to help him out.
As long as your phone battery holds out and you can stay on Discord.
And I mentioned I have a portable phone battery too that also adds to that time.
Excellent. Good. Then this won't be a problem.
All right, so I'm going to get started here in just 1 second. I just need to look at something here.
I love the station background stuff. I keep hearing that and like, what's going on?
I know. I really like using this. It's fairly cool.
Some Star Trek sound effects you can use or something online.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to expand the amount of sounds I have. The thing is, I usually get so caught up with the game, I forget to control the sounds, right?
Google is your friend.
Oh, no doubt.
And there's something in Dio's sound extension that allows you to tie certain sound effects to triggers within the game. So when you use that action, it triggers the sound without having to, do it separately. Remember to use it.
Well, I found some specifically in Google for Deep Space Nine. There'll be some you can use in here. There's gonna be a generic engine running also that you can just loop.
Okay, are we all back? Are we all ready to go?
Yep.
Okay, so when we left off, the D-Ron is the prophet. He's been properly looked at towards your he's properly been secured now in Aziz's cabin, which he so graciously gave up. And we still have to deal with Hesera.
And the repairs, of course.
And the repairs.
And is there any way we can research via, computer, whatever the issues behind the payment? Because if Frank or Aziz is right, and it was somebody trying to, perhaps stall it, we need to know that.
Yeah, it looks like someone wanted to make sure that we don't leave very soon now. That could be a thing, of course, if someone already knew that the prophet will travel with us and wanted to stop that. Well,
and how would they know that? I mean, unless they were either psychic or a spy, I suppose.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, we've been making runs for the church. We've been doing this type of thing, and or they might be someone from inside the church who knows that Her Holiness was gonna ask us to take care of this.
Oh, it could be official. Yeah.
Ardashir, can you look into it? I'm assuming with as a sensors operator, you're pretty technical, and perhaps you can take a look at the transaction information or do something with this. And Aziz can keep working on the ship, and then we've just got to figure out if we can do anything with the Sayakara and the Red Hats, if we can convince them to come along on a slightly longer trip. Perhaps if we discount the trip for them, we'll still make some money. And if they're willing to, take a trip that takes 2 weeks instead of a couple of days and get to spend time with His Holiness, then maybe we can sell that package.
You can actually argue that it was the gambler that sent them here, and it is the gambler that sent them on a slightly longer trip.
I like the way you think, Aziz. The gambler has spoken. The gambler has brought us a gamble and has brought them a gamble, and hopefully it'll pay off for everyone.
Yes, that would be good.
The icons will provide.
Yep, I will go ahead and research. Another thought on that. Not everything happens peacefully. Like
if we can find out that someone willfully and meaningfully interfered in our payment, then yes, we could resolve that non-peacefully, perhaps.
Well, I would be happy to help resolve it non-peacefully.
I'm glad to hear that I have the right kind of people to resolve these kinds of non-peaceful problems.
This is why I exist.
So, now that your character's Bofferin is off the screen, I can't remember how to pronounce it. Ardashir. Ardashir, sorry. Are you going to be checking in? If you kind of want to do some deep digging into this, you could be able to do it from the ship. But it's going to be remarkably difficult to get any type of information. If you're trying to do some hacking type of thing, it will be insane, actually.
What does that mean?
Well, what insane is a -3 modifier, and for him to actually try to dig into the system and try to figure out like the whole payment and track things down to see if something is kind of funny, it will be a -3 to his roll, plus whatever other modifiers he may have.
Do you have some
Maybe
hacking tools or something that helps you?
maybe start doing it without hacking. How about just calling the bank or whatever and just having a routine communication about to the pay. I don't know. But, before we start hacking, maybe there's a simpler way, or maybe there's not. There probably isn't, but
I think our captain did check the simple way already.
Intimidation. Does anyone have that? I mean, that would be the only thing, right?
Into what? You mean making people feel uncomfortable? No, not at all.
I can't think of anything else other than superpowers, which don't seem to exist. So.
Yeah, I think our captain did check in with the customs office, and they probably proceeded after the visible traces of everything, and we now need to uncover some invisible traces.
I don't think I ever heard the captain say, "Yeah, I checked with the bank to make sure everything was okay," because he just checked his transactor.
But he's very wise. He will have done that.
The money came out of our account, right?
The money went out of your account, yes.
Okay. So maybe do some hacking. Maybe see what you can find then.
Excuse me, sir. We are still wondering if you will be willing to accommodate us or shall we take our business elsewhere?
Yes, Asiyakara. Thank you. I apologize for the delay. We've just been doing some repairs, and we have. I have news for you that I think you will find interesting, and I believe that the gambler has sent you to us for a reason. Perhaps you are familiar with His Holiness the Prophet Duran Rahal.
Yes, we saw him enter the ship not that long ago. Yes, we are very familiar with this individual.
And we would be honored to have you on our ship as we are transporting him as well. And in fact, not only would we all be honored by his presence, as his transportation is of utmost importance, we must take a longer route. But as a token of our understanding of any inconvenience this might cause to you, we would be willing to deliver you for a significantly reduced price, say 5,000 per instead of 8,000.
I see that the icons are already starting to work their wonders. I am, yes, we will take advantage of such wonderful blessings. May the icons bless you.
The gambler has smiled on all of us. Please, proceed to embark.
I will send for my compatriots immediately. So so this stuff is going down. The ship still needs to get its repairs. Yep. We are looking, without any critical successes or anything like that, it is going to take roughly a maximum of 5 hours to make the repairs. For every extra 6 that you roll, we'll cut it down by 1.
All right. So, any modifiers on top of that?
This is just going to be a standard check. There's no big deal about this, so it is 0 modifiers.
Okay, I do have advanced tools that give me a +2 modifier.
Of course you do.
Well, then I roll my technology.
I'm going to spend Doom and remove all of your extra advanced tools. No, I'm just joking.
Are they permanently gone?
They got teleported to another space station. I'm only messing with you.
Okay.
Go ahead. So yes.
No.
So +2 with your advanced tools.
Okay, let's see how that turns out. Technology. So 2 successes.
Nice.
So I said it
So
was
that
going to take
cuts it to 4 hours.
4 hours. Yep.
All right.
All right. So you're busy down there working away, and suddenly, within as you're down there working, and you're getting close to the end of it there right now, Hasira, which I'm gonna have to put her name back there again. She arrives, and in front of her there are several. She has like a group of people, and she says, "Hello, Captain. Myself and my fellow travelers are available for boarding, but it's just her." And in front of her are seven large urns, roughly about 2 meters in height, roughly about a meter in width. They look like urns, and they're like almost like sarcophagus, actually, and they're very intricately carved. And she says, "We are preparing for boarding."
Do I have any idea? Can I make like a culture check or something? Are they just like ashes? Is a typical thing I've seen before?
Make a cultural check. Just a normal culture check.
2 successes.
You know that is not common, but sometimes people are kind of you see this happen with a lot of people who are grievously injured or ill, and they're kind of like in a little stasis pod type of thing, and they're like this is the way they travel, but yeah, so it's kind of a they're used to transport people that are
Okay.
not dead, but not quite well either. It's kind of a weird thing that they're kind of almost in a cryo sleep, but they're not really in a cryo sleep at all because their state of being is not really sure if they're dead or alive, really.
Okay. I think I want to make sure and to bring Aziz up to have a discussion with with uh, Asiya about these to find out whether they should be put into a cryo chamber. It seems like they've already been one, but I think maybe it would be good to have them in another one. But I don't know how that. I don't want to cross the beams, and Aziz might know that better. Aziz, I know you're in the middle of fixing something, but if you could perhaps ask Amal to put her finger on the button and hold it for you for a minute, or whatever it is you're doing, and come up. I got a complicated question for you, sir.
Yes, I can always interrupt. I'm nearly ready. So it's not a problem. Yeah, what is the question? How can I help?
Aziz, we have some guests who I believe are perhaps in a suspended animation state already, and I want to make sure that we can still put them in a cryo chamber, even though they may already be in a portable cryo chamber. I'd like you to speak to our passenger and find out the correct way to transport them in a way that will be safe to them and to the rest of the crew.
All right. I'll do that. Okay.
Mari, could you please involve yourself in this discussion as well, just to make sure that there's that we have no concerns about this process.
So, I suppose those sarcophagi or whatever are standing in the entrance of our ship or somewhere.
The best way to they're currently right now in the loading dock, but the best way to describe the way they look is you take an urn that someone's been cremated in, but they're the size of what a person would usually be. So they're fairly large, intricately designed urns, but they're fairly large.
I move over to the living person I see around. That is what's her name? Asia Kara. Um, well, I have some questions. Do those urns need an external power supply, or are they self-contained?
The power and the wonders of the icons are supportive in us. These individuals, my compatriots, do not require any form of stasis.
So, in their current state, will they be able to make a jump without any damage, or do we need to take some precautions?
The the oh, what's the word I'm looking for? The term used for how the how everything is without any breaks in any type of why why have I forgotten the word now? The seal cannot be broken in any such way. So they will be okay as long as the uh, integrity, that's the word, the integrity of the vessels are not impinged upon.
Can we put them for transport courses into a kind of cabin, or maybe a kind of um, other accommodation, or should we leave them in a kind of cargo hold? Or what do you recommend? We are very unused to transport people in that way, you know.
They're fairly large and bulky, and to even try to get it up into the accommodations area of your vessel probably is not going to happen. So
Hmm.
Asira pretty much says, well, no, they'll have to stay in your um,
Cargo area.
in the cargo area, most likely.
Well, then, Mariam, could you actually lend a hand if you're available? Because we need to place them safely and secure, of course, them as any cargo, with no disrespect meant.
Had Miriam and I returned from the souk yet?
Yes, you have.
I'm
So
stashing my sweets in my cabin and ignoring all this other crap.
the way I'm going to work this, the way I'm going to describe this, and I'm going to bring up a picture, and I know I'm going to send it. I'm going to take a screenshot and I'll send it to. Gosh, gotta keep scrolling back. Um,
Ardashir.
Ardashir, sorry. Uh, and I gotta bring up my Discord here. 1 second. Ardashir, you got my message on the Discord, right? Are you still there?
He's desperately looking at it now.
Yep. Yep, got it.
Okay. So I'm about to bring up a picture. Uh, and I'm when this is ready.
Excuse me.
So just one more second here. So Amal, oh, I'm gonna zoom this picture in here. I'm almost done here. Adishar, are you going to be still on the ship, or are you going to be out helping with the containers?
I am going to be doing the research I was asked to.
So you're on the ship.
And I think the stronger crew members should or could help with the containers, because I can tell you where to put them, but I probably won't be able to move them very well.
Mariam is about the strongest. Mariam and
Yeah,
Jabbar.
yeah.
Mariam with ways for fun, so.
Say again?
So Mariam with ways for fun and exercise.
Yeah, please be gentle. Don't damage them.
As we're loading, I'm gonna, when the crew is out of earshot of any passengers, I'm not really familiar with what these are, and on the surface of it, they're just some critically injured person in stasis.
Yep.
But I'm a little nervous about these, so let's be on our alert and let's keep an eye on any sensor readings from the cargo bay. Let's make sure that we stay armed and frosty for the whole trip, just in case there's something weird about this.
Right, we don't want them to get injured further and we get in trouble or something.
But surely, Captain, with the icons blessing this entire journey, there should be nothing to worry about, should there not?
Well, I trust the icons, but I trust my crew too.
Yes, but actually, Amal, that was a very wise and very well stated thing. I have high hopes for you.
And she turns back to her console and rolls her eyes.
All right, so here is I got this grid is not aligned at all. So the way I am ruling this, as I'm going to bring up the sheet and I'm going to take a screenshot so I can send that to Boffrin. You still got no power, eh, man?
Not yet. Well, we will in a few minutes.
No, I'm talking to Boffrin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So far, the guesstimate is it'll be on midnight my time.
Oh wow. Okay, so we'll do our best for this.
There it is. Nice.
So I just sent you the screenshot of it. I have both Aziz and why I keep thinking Akira, but I know it's not Akira.
Ardashir?
Ardashir. I'm going to write that down on a piece of paper in front of me.
It's the first thing I do.
Yep.
Every game. All the names.
So Ardashir and Aziz are both on the ship. I'm going to have Yusef in front of the ship, the cargo hold. The red mark, the red square is what I consider the edge of the ship. And this is kind of the docking station where you guys are particularly attached, or where you're kind of locked on here. So I'm going to, there's various control pods and things around. I'm going to sync the client view with everybody. So pretty much whatever you guys see is what the map is.
So could you explain again, the red circle is what?
The red circle will be the last remaining urn to get onto the ship.
Ah, okay. And the ship is...
Aren't these the pilot seats up here?
No, this is not the ship. I want you to pretend that this is the docking area.
Got it.
This is where the ship, this is kind of like on top of the balustrade. And, the balustrade. and this is where everyone is kind of parked. So the red square is the edge of the ship where it's docked. So what I've got is that you guys are kind of inside, right inside the area there.
Okay.
Okay, so for
I would assume that Jabbar is helping with the urns.
oh, Jabbar, yeah, I need to put him in there too.
Yeah,
I thought I
the
was helping
strongest.
in there.
Yeah, Mariam and Jabbar are probably
Well,
the strongest ones.
part of the crew, or am I one of the passengers?
No, you're part of the crew for now.
Okay.
You're just trying. Let's for your character. We're gonna have it so that you guys are kind of just. You're kind of just part of the crew. You're hoping to make a quick bit of money before you move on to something else. For now.
Gotcha.
That's the way we'll introduce your character for now.
Yeah, I spoke for him. Remember?
Yes.
Found him on the net.
That's right. So, and I will place a. Oh man. Shira. If I don't spell the name the same as I did the previous time, don't worry about it. So, Shira.
Yeah, it's probably a different pronunciation if you use the first come dialect from Algol or the Zenithian matter of speech. You know, always confuses people.
All right. So to kind of get past, this is the first time that we're about to do it. So is everybody kind of happy where their positions are right now?
Sure. This red square is the ship at the cargo bay, or what is that?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, then I'm happy. Yeah.
All right, so I need to go in my tokens here for a second. 1 second. So for the sake of having a better looking token, oh, actually I'll use this one. All right, there we go. That's good enough. So we have a Ashira right next to this particular urn. Out of the blue, you see several rough, tumbling looking individuals. And they kind of appear on each wings of the entry. So Boffin, for you, you see the each wings on the left and right hand sides?
Yep.
On the left hand side, you see one rough looking character, and on the right hand entrance, you see two rough looking characters. And I don't want you guys to worry too much about moving around. More of a theater of the mind. I don't want to, especially where he doesn't have a map there. So just kind of use your imagination and describe kind of the thing like you're doing. Don't worry too much about, moving behind a box or whatever. Describe it the way that you want to, and we'll work it out from there. Is that kind of cool?
Yeah. There are 3 of them?
There are 3 of them. And let's see.
That we know of.
That you know of, yes.
And a quick question. Loading back and forth in a spot like this, right? If one had weapons, is this considered on the space? Like, is this considered part of your ship or part of the station, or like?
This is.
Would you normally?
This is considered part of the station right now.
Okay, so you wouldn't go armed there, even though you haven't gone through a checkpoint, because you'd be screwed if you got caught with a weapon here if you didn't have a permit.
Yes, if some of the authorities were around or whatever, yes.
Okay.
And so let me bring up a picture here of what you guys are seeing. You see several of these individuals. I should spell it right. Images. And I'll take a screenshot for a bathroom. So the way, and you see them starting to haul weapons out from underneath their cloaks as they're approaching. Now,
But that's illegal.
Yes, very much so. Very much so, it's illegal. So the way combat works in this is everybody rolls a d6, and that is going to be your initiative order. So I'm going to get everyone just to make a single roll of a d6, please. And I'm going to roll for Aziz here.
Aziz or Adashir?
Adashir, sorry. Son of a bitch!
I roll a 5. We got a full house.
And
I'm rolling.
Adashir rolled a 1. So everyone on their character sheet, I'm going to ask that in the place where it says your order, in the big box, I want you to type in whatever number that you just rolled.
The left box.
Yes, on the left-hand side, yep.
Okay.
I've got a stupid noob question. I grabbed a die at the bottom and clicked it, and it turned aside, but it didn't show up in the chat.
So what you need to do is just roll it again into your chat where the chat window is.
Oh.
That's like your dice tray.
Sweet, the icons bless me.
So, okay, so I'm going to take a quick screenshot of the combat tracker here.
It's throwing all kinds of errors up, Jolly.
It's funny, I'm not getting any for now, but don't worry about that. Just delete them for now. We'll figure that out later.
You said you want us to put these into order?
Yes, whatever you roll, place it into order.
Everyone did load up their Coriolis module when they hooked up to Jolly's table, right?
It shouldn't have made any difference, but I've seen this happen before. It was an error with something in the module.
The Hammer's getting the same thing on the Star Trek 2D20 module that we played on last night.
Yeah, it's an error with the module itself. Me and Dan thought we had it fixed, but I guess it is not.
Mary, yours rolled. It's in chat.
What's that?
Oh, Mary put she wasn't getting any on the chat. Am I misunderstanding?
I'm not getting any errors.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I hope nothing was else.
Yeah, that's weird.
Maybe she didn't update.
Oh, that could maybe that's it.
I did update. It came and I clicked on it.
Just 1 second, guys. Hold on 1 second.
Once we put that in there, then it automatically sets up our order for us.
Oh.
Combat tracker. That's what I was looking at. And the combat tracker was throwing a ton of errors.
Well, don't worry too much about the combat tracker for now. What I'll do, I'll actually, just for the sake of it, the combat tracker doesn't change that much, so I will throw that into the Discord chat. Just so you guys can have a look at it and help you guys follow along. Who dare put the Star Trek picture in the Coriolis chat room? Who dared do that?
It was just a sound effect.
Okay, so the next image I'm going to bring up for everybody is what's called the action point handout. And what this is, the way it works is when it comes to your turn, you have to spend your action points. And everybody at the start of every turn gets 3 action points. So everyone should have a list in front of them. And again, I will take... do you need a screenshot of that, Boffin? It's not that hard.
Kind of broke up a touch there.
Do you need a... I'm gonna in the Discord chat there, I'm going to put up a picture of the action points that you need to spend for your turn.
Okay. Yeah, that will that'll work for me.
Okay. So the way it works is that everything's based on the D6. This is the order. There's things that you can do in your turn to increase your order. You can. There's certain actions there that you can do. But the way it works is that if it's a tie, you guys kind of roll everything off to see who's going to go first, that type of thing. So, and for ease of tracking, if it's a tie for everyone, say, like, for example, in this combat tracker that I have up now, 3 people have 6, or 4 people have 6, sorry. So I'm going to get Yusuf to roll. And I'm going to get you to roll a D20, because it'll make it a lot easier. And that's a Shara.
Woohoo!
Okay, and the other 3 guys. So the way it's going to work is that other 2 guys. So attacker number 1 is going to go first. And attacker number 1, let me bring this up. Is going to fire a normal shot, which is 2 action points. So I'm going to spend my 2 action points. So you guys don't need to worry about the combat tracker itself. All you need to do is just be looking at your own character sheet and keep track of your action points there. I'll let you know when people's got to move or do stuff. So I'm going to bring my action points down to 1. And he is going to fire. And that firing is going to... He seems to be aiming at Asira.
Oh.
Hit
Now,
squad.
you mean Ardashir or
The red hat.
okay?
So it's going to be within close range. Let's see here, ranges.
Is she on this map? It is super small on my laptop, so
She is sitting right next to the red circle. Now, on your map itself,
Okay.
you should be able to zoom in and out by your mouse wheel, I do believe. Just to let you know.
Oh, okay. Yep. I was using the touchpad. Okay, got it. Thank you. That's much better.
So the way combat works in this, it's within short range, so there's no modifiers. This person gets to roll 6 dice and is using some form of pistol. So let me bring that up. is using a Vulcan pistol. It has a +1 to the dice rolls. It does 2 damage. And it's reliable. So it's 7 dice and firing at her. So I am going to bring up and it's a miss. The next person who is going to go is going to be Ashira, and she is going to take off, and she's going to run inside the ship. So she's going to move and get inside. The next person...
Go, go, go. Get in the ship. Get in the ship.
So the next is Yusef. What are you going to do?
All right. I am going to run up, grab the... I'm going to grab the urn.
Okay.
And head for the ship. And yell to the crew to get in the ship.
Okay, so for you to run up to the urn, and is going to be 2 actions, and it's going to be a long action on the, it's going to be a long action on the next round to push the last urn inside on the cart.
Okay. I'm going to at least make sure that I'm behind this urn while I'm getting some leverage on it, so if they want to shoot me, they're at least going to have cover, or I'm going to have cover.
No problem. No problem at all. The next one is going to attacker number 3. Attacker number 3 is behind you. He's actually going to fire at you. He's just going to do a normal shot. So that is going to be... $7d6. Oh, wrong button. And I have 2 successes. So there is no defense against weapons, like ranged weapons. It's only cover.
Just cover and armor, right?
Cover and armor, yep.
And I'm not wearing my protective clothing because it was look fancy time.
So I'm going to say that with this cover, you are going to have a cover of 3. So you can roll.
I do something like /R3d6 in chat to roll 3 6-sided dice?
You can give it a
Is
shot.
there a way to do that?
Yep. Or you can just pick up a dice, pick up a d6, so you're dragging it, and while you're dragging it, right-click on your mouse twice, and it'll add dice to it.
Got it. Okay. Okay, nope. Cover does not protect me, so I take, what, 2 wounds?
you are going to take 2 damage.
Okay.
And he is going to
Ow.
spend. He is going to spend his, because he rolled 2 altogether. So he's going to spend his extra dice to do an additional damage. So it's going to be 3 points of damage.
3 wounds. Ooh, that hurts. Holy crap. Okay. I'm down to 2.
All right. So the next person is up is Jabbar or Amal. Now you guys need to roll a d6 or a d20 each, please. So Amal, you get to act first.
Now, how far can I move as a normal action
To move in a normal action,
or a fast action, either one? What's the distance I can move?
It should be. It says sprinting a short distance, 10 meters each, normally 2 meters.
to run to the ship is going to be a normal action. 2 action points.
I'm not running to the ship. I want to know, if I but I could get that far on 2 action points. So I could, if I just because I'm not armed.
Yep.
If I ran screaming this way and charged between these 2 guys, because they're not really seeing me with the crew, I'm back here.
Yep.
What does that cost me for points? To just charge through them and try to push between them, throwing them off balance, and
That is going to be 1 action. I'll allow you to move that far as a... No, that's going to be a normal action. So that's 2 action points there.
okay. I like I said, at that point, I'm just trying to push between them, because if they haven't immediately connected me with the crew, it distracts them,
True. Yep.
deflects them.
Yep.
So can I?
Sprint
So
is 1 action point.
What's that?
The sheet you gave us said a short sprint is 1 action point. So maybe she can still crash into one or mess with them.
I want
when
to
she
try
gets-
crashing between them.
Okay. No, I'll go with that. So 1 action point to get there, and the other action point is the attack, which would be a... Let's see here. This is my first time running combat for a
I'm
while.
not actually
Thermal
going to
action.
try to hit them. I'm just going to charge between them, like they're in my way. Force them to either back out of my way or block me, or
Oh, so you're just trying to run up in there. So it'll just...
yeah, what I'm trying to do is to charge through there so fast that, because they're standing side by side, to go right between them, which would they're either forced to stop me or move out of my way or something. You see what I'm trying to do here?
Yep, I do. So that'll cost you 1 action point, and you can move yourself to there for now.
Okay, so I've moved myself there now. Do
All
we
right.
have to spend all our action points each round?
No, you can save your action points. They always reset back to 3 at the next round.
Okay.
Now, there's actions that you can do, just to remind you, to move yourself up the rank. So if you're trying to move into a better position, you can move up. Now, let me get that sheet here for everybody. Images. This is probably a little bit better. Now, this is a little large, so I apologize.
You can use those extra action points like for like an attack of opportunity if someone moves out.
Yes.
Or to parry.
Yep.
Close combat. Those are a couple of the big ones. Or for like an Overwatch.
Okay, so I've spent how
You
many?
spent 1.
Still got 2 left
Yep.
this round.
That's correct, yep. So if you want to go into Overwatch, for example, that will be a 1 action point. But you need to declare it now.
What's Overwatch?
Overwatch is kind of like if something meets the criteria, if someone's going to do something, someone's going to try to shoot or something, you make a quick attack.
Okay. So that's another action point. So I've still got one left. And I'm going to go into Overwatch.
All right. So that brings us down to Jabbar.
Yes, so I'm assuming that we do not have weapons with us in the station, correct?
I'm only assuming people who don't have weapons if they describe themselves as not having weapons. Like, you're a soldier, right? You're a warrior. So I don't assume that you would be, you never went anywhere.
To not be armed while we're loading things.
Well, I'm going to leave that decision entirely up to you.
That's why I'm asking my captain. Yusuf?
I didn't tell anybody to put their weapons away, as long as they weren't going towards security. I did, because I'm the captain, but I would not have ordered anybody to put weapons away.
Well, I don't have any weapon to put away.
And, well, Anal wouldn't have taken hers when she went into the souk. So she was returning from the souk, she wouldn't have been armed. From where she is, I would say that's about what she was doing.
So I'm going to leave that up to you, Will.
All right, so probably something rather stupid. I'm going to use a fast action. One action to do a fast to unsling, which is probably slung her off across my back while we were loading stuff.
Okay.
To move to cover my captain's rear. Last point to do a snapshot at the attacker on the left.
I love you guys.
So you're going to attack.
Attacker 1, I believe.
Attacker 1, yep. So you're at zero. There's zero modifier for where he is standing.
But I believe it's -1 for a quick shot.
Yep.
And I don't get to use my scope.
Right, because you didn't do an aim.
I think it's too close of because it doesn't work on quick shots.
Right.
Oh, I see sixes. I see a lot of
Oh,
them.
nice.
Dude. I shoot and tech.
So he's not wearing any armor, so he immediately takes damage. So his strength and hit points of strength and agility, correct?
Yep.
Correct.
Yep. So you can either do 2 extra damage or a critical hit.
Oh, I definitely want to do that critical hit.
So, okay, so how much damage does your weapon do?
3.
3, alright, so that brings him down to 5. Now I'm going to bring it over the table for you to roll on here. Let's see here.
Lovely.
This is a very exciting table.
So you guys can put this to your shortcut bar or your hot bar if you want.
Oops. Okay. Apparently all it does if you do...
Shot him in the foot.
All right, so so number 1, the shots ricochet. Okay, you describe it. You have actually done this, so you describe it. I don't need to.
Well, covering position for the I don't shoot from the and everything that's going on. from combat low, because my first Legionary commander said always aim low because ricochets cause nastier wounds. And it just so happens that that does indeed work. I right in the foot, and he goes down.
So he, number one, goes down, and he is kind of curled up in the corner. He is falling over, and he's pretty much out for the time right now. Blood is gushing out of his legs, so he goes down. Well done.
Nice shooting, Tex.
Attacker number 2 is going to go. He has a... and...
He's going to have to shove me out of the way first.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to try to reach towards you and push you out of the way.
This is where I can use that last point to defend myself, or...
Well, I kind of screwed it up, because you've had 2 points left. You spent... If you're going to do an Overwatch, you just got to say you're going on an Overwatch is going to pay you 1, so you get to do a quick action, which is 1 point right now.
You could try to melee him, and if you get an extra success, you could grapple him. So you'd need 2 successes, but if you pulled it off, you'd have a hold on him, and he wouldn't be able to.
Can I just, like, lower my head and headbutt him right in the chest?
I'm going to consider... Yeah, you go ahead and make a melee roll, and he is going to try and defend that. So he's going to spend 1 action point to try to defend that. So it brings him down to 2.
So that's my strength plus my melee, right?
Yes.
Doesn't that cost a darkness point too?
To react. Oh, it does. It does cost. So I can't react. So yeah. So you just gotta try to make your roll.
Sweet.
Good call, Frank.
I was just trying to headbutt him in the chest.
So where is your character sheet here now? So your strength is 2.
I really like seeing you using your head.
2. My melee was 1. It rolled 3 dice. I got a limited success.
Yep. So yeah. So you actually strike the person, and I'm gonna claim that any action for him, he's distracted enough now, is going to be -3 to his roll.
And I probably pissed him off. I'm good at that.
So describe what you're doing.
You know, I see him going, because I kept running up here, and I'm only 5'5", and I'm a very small female, and I'm not terribly well armed, but I do know that ramming him right in the chest with my forehead right around the solar plexus will wind him. And I probably winded him.
You certainly did. He ended up getting kind of... you distracted him enough because he goes to pull a pistol and he goes to fire, and you completely threw off his shot and his aim. So he is going to... He's going to spend 1 to do a quick shot. And I believe a quick shot... No, now he's going to do a standard action because he's got too many negatives now, I think. So let's see here.
Oh, and by the way, the guy I shot isn't dead.
What's that?
The guy isn't dead necessarily. He's prone.
He's prone. He's out. He's out of the combat for now. Simply because his foot's pretty much been blown off, and I'm just going to rule as he's kind of on the ground right now. So I'm looking for... I apologize for my slowness here.
It's all good. It's all new.
So a quick shot is what? Where?
-2, I think.
It's minus. to your roll, isn't it? Or is it -2?
I gotta look here in the combat section. Hold on. I actually gotta bring it. I was hoping it was going to be in the quick sheet there, but it's not the case.
Yeah, it's -2. Page 88.
Thanks, Frank. If there's no time for aiming, you can just shoot from the hip to get and then go 2 to your roll, but the attack is a fast action instead of the normal 2 action. Alright, so he's just gonna do a normal action, and so he's -3, so he would have to have, he only rolls 3 dice. So -3.
Who's he shooting at?
He is, oh sorry, he is firing at Yabar because he sees the gun.
Is he in short or close range?
He's in close range, so there's no
Okay.
modifiers.
Okay.
Is this the one that got the losses because I headbutted him?
Yes. So I'm rolling the dice, and I get 2 hits. So he does 2 points of damage, and he's going to spend his other extra 6 on an extra damage, so that's 3 points of damage. Do you have any armor on? Yabar, do you have any armor? I'm going to say you have cover because you're on the far side of that, so you have at least 3 dice you can roll. Did I lose anyone?
No, he was cutting out already all the time. But,
Yeah, he was.
Will, are you still there, bud?
Somebody.
I am.
Okay, so you...
Sorry, was he shooting at me?
Yes, he was
Yes,
shooting at you.
yeah.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I kept hearing Adara or something.
Yeah, I'm probably messing up the names pretty bad. Jabar. So he hit you.
So how many? 3 points?
3 points. Yep.
Okay,
Now you
my
have cover
armor.
of 3, and you have your armor.
So you want to roll the amount of your armor plus the amount plus 3 for the cover. Yeah.
So that's your
So
cover.
that's the cover.
Yep.
Nice.
So you actually only take 1 point of damage.
Correct.
It's a nasty bruise.
All right. So now it goes to Miriam and Al Harbarb.
Or do we roll because I think we talked?
Yeah, you guys roll a d20 each, please. I'm sure it's supposed to be a d6, but I'm just saying d20 for now. Oh, well, Aziz, you get to go first.
all right. Seeing that our good captain got shot, I shout out, "Yusuf, no!" And then, of course, I will call on the fire protocols to flood this section of the corridor where the 2 attackers are with extinguishing foam.
Okay, so explain that to me again, what you're doing.
Yeah, I have my long-range communicator that is, of course, in contact with the station, and they are fire control protocols. And I just raise a fire alert for the corridor where the 2 remaining attackers are, to flood this with extinguishing foam because a volatile and very flammable substance appeared there, and we have a large fire. Do it now. Please do it now, now, now.
Okay, so I'm going to say that that's going to require some form of communication skill. So I am ruling to do something like that to get the proper radio frequency up to actually talk to someone. Is going to be
Isn't that automatic? I don't know. What about the technical? Probably a fire alert should be automatic to react fast enough.
The fire alert, yes, but to tell them to turn on the foam or something like that, that
Okay.
is something kind of different.
All right.
So I am going to just make you roll a wits roll. And your data. It's going to be a data gen.
All right. No modifier on that?
No modifier.
Okay. Data gen. All right. Let's roll it. That's one success.
So you know how to get the alarm to go off, and the fire alarm, you hear the buzzers immediately start to... so this is a standard action, by the way, so this is 2 action points.
You know what? I could actually get more successes if I pray and reroll every die that didn't give a success, yes?
I think you can only reroll if you fail.
Okay. I thought you can reroll every die that didn't make a success.
No, if you reroll, you reroll everything. My understanding. Okay. So let's have a look-see. When you need the most... Okay. When your need is more dire, you can pray to the icons. This means that you get to reroll all dice. Oh, no, you're right. All dice not showing 6s. Which icon you pray to depends on whatever. But this doesn't come without risk.
Of course. But I will pray, so you get your darkness point, and I pray to the messenger. Please, oh holy messenger, send this message in dire need to the right place to save our good captain. And then we roll 5 dice, I think.
Yep, feel free to roll it again. So you can just make your modifier again, but subtract the 1 dice that you don't need to reroll.
Yeah, I did that. So, yeah, but apparently it's a thing you need more time, of course.
Suddenly the Galaxons start going off and the red lights start flashing. Woo, woo, woo. And that brings us down to Miriam.
That took all my action points, yes?
That took 2 action points.
So I could move a little bit into cover?
Yes, if you're done, yep.
Yeah, so is there cover?
Well, you're in the ship right now, so...
in the ship. Then I remain in the ship. Okay. That's all right.
All right. So
I'm done.
So you're 2 action points. So you're down to 1.
Can I yell something to Aziz?
Sure.
Go to my cabin. You'll know what we need there.
A talisman of the icons? All right. Yeah, I will do that.
Okay, so I'm going to help out Amal. And charge, was it number 3? Is he still?
Yeah, number 3 is still around here.
I'm gonna just melee him, I guess. Throw a punch.
All right, so you're going to move up to him. You're going to charge in and go for number 3. All right, so he will parry. He is going to spend... I'm going to spend the darkness point just to try to parry to see how this works out.
Okay, so do I have the faceless ones sound, or do we want to use that? There's something where I can use... Oh, Mercy of the Icons Acid. To cancel the effects of darkness points per session. Do we want to use it now, or do we want to wait?
How much darkness points were spent now?
Right now... I just kind of spent one right now, but there was only 3 on the table max so far.
How much longer is the session going to go? Do I use it now, or...?
The session is almost over here now, so the adventure is.
I may as well just use it and cancel it. so he doesn't parry or whatever.
So let's have a look-see here.
Yeah, it cancels the darkness point spent.
Wow, that's crazy.
Talent.
It's like overpowered, kind of.
No,
That's only once.
only once.
Well, between the two of us, it's like, don't mess with the girls on this crew. They will fuck you up.
Yeah, that's right. So it's gone. He is not going to. He spent the darkness point, but you're. I guess he was kind of distracted by Amal's ferociousness as she was running towards him. So okay, so he's not going to defend. It's a normal attack, so there's no modifiers. Or
Melee
anything
combat,
like that.
or what I roll?
Yeah, it's going to be melee.
Yeah, melee.
So you add your. Let me bring up your character sheet here so I can see.
My strength is 4.
Nice.
So if your strength is 4,
And it's muscle.
your melee is +2, so you're going to add +4 to whatever your melee combat. So just put +4 down in the bottom there.
Yes.
I knock him.
Nice. You can spend one of those successes to grapple him, and he won't be able to shoot until he breaks free.
Okay, I was just trying to knock him out, but if I can grapple him, sure.
All right, so let's have a look here.
All learning how this works tonight.
So he doesn't get to attack. Okay, so first of all, this was this would have been a quick movement to move up there, and a regular attack. So that's 2 action points.
Or you could disarm him.
Can I disarm him as an action, or how many points would that be?
It takes 1 success.
Yep.
So you've got. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
What would I roll for that?
You don't roll anything when you've got 2 successes. So 1 success means you do your damage, which is 1 unarmed, and each extra success gives you something extra. It can be more damage, or if you have a few.
Can I disarm him though with the other success?
Oh yeah, sure. You can do 1 point of damage, and
I'm gonna try. Try and disarm him then.
well, you have disarmed him without
That's
issue.
what you spent that second 6 for. You automatically disarm him if you spend that second 6 to disarm.
Awesome.
Now someone snatch that gun up.
Yeah, he practically handed it over to you.
We're the original mean girls here, Miriam.
So that was your 2 action points. So you're down to 0 there now. All right, the last is Ardashir. Ardashir, sorry. You're inside. You hear the commotion going on outside. You were at your computer terminal. What would you like to do?
Seeing the peeking out through the viewport, or flipping on the camera, I should say, probably most likely. Or I could probably tell, so know about the situation. Flip, open the comm to the security department.
Okay.
Shots fired on Prophet's transport vessel. Prophet Dahar's personal transport to the other system. Please remove the threat.
Okay, well done. I'm not going to require any particular role for you there because you're just reporting.
Yeah, following proper procedure, when you're in a space dock.
Yes, that's right. Now, just one quick second here now. I'm going to go silent for a second, so hold on 1 minute. All right, Boffrin, I got you in a separate room with just me now.
Okay.
While this stuff was going on, you said you were checking out to see some information?
Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna get you to ask me one question, and I will give you whatever information you need to know, and then I'll move you back. What was the first thing that you were looking for, that you want to know?
Basically, I wanted to at least check out our guys and see if there was anything fishy. Basically, our two passengers, our two sets, I should say, the Prophet and the other thing, to see if there were any complications that I needed to know about.
Well, Ashira is someone that you are aware of, that you've heard that they need to get on this ship. Very importantly, and that you need to protect the urns. The urns need to be protected.
Check.
The other part about the other guy, there's no instructions at all for that person at all.
Expendable.
Expendable, yep.
All right.
So I'm going to move you back to the other room now.
Check.
All right, so I'm back. So we're now back at top of the combat order. Attacker Yusef, you get to go first, actually.
Sweet. I am shot the hell up.
Now you can push in, you can run and push this last urn inside to the ship relatively in one round.
No.
Do it.
I'm gonna leave the urn.
Yep.
I'm gonna use one movement point to move up, and I'm gonna use a second movement point to grab the weapon that's on the ground, and then I'm gonna use a quick action and kick somebody.
Now, if you wanted to, you can do that, but you can also you can fire it. You don't have to kick, but you can fire as quick as kind of like a quick snapshot, right?
I could. Yes, I could do that. But I'm gonna try to kick the other guy who's got a gun.
All right then. So you can drag your icon over to where you want to go.
Here, I'll move out of the way a little bit here. Who's got which
Thank
one?
you.
I just
There we
realized
go.
we would've
One's
mentioned-
disarmed. One's disarmed, so
Nope.
you want to attack too.
Number 3 is disarmed. So number
Yeah, I
Number
want
3
to.
is disarmed, so number 2 is the one you wanted to get to.
All right. So it's a quick action, so it's going to be -2 to your melee.
Damn it! It's only one success. I am gonna pray to the dancer. And,
Make your prayer.
Try to roll those last 3 dice. Yep. So this is gonna be at -3.
You make your prayer first before you roll.
Oh,
Damn it,
whoa.
him in the nads, that'll put him down.
Yes. No. Oh, dancer, I need please protect us from these evil men. They're clearly non-believers and are not good worshippers of the icons. Allow me to strike down my foes.
All right. Feel free.
Okay, nope, 1 success. So it's 1 damage. But I have the gun.
You do have the gun, so that was number 2. They're down to 7.
It didn't hurt too much, but I have 3's gun, so he can't pick it up.
Right. All right, so attacker number 3 is his turn. Attacker number 3 has no weapons. By the ferocity of the actions here, he is going to turn. No, he's not. He's actually going to. What is he going to do? Yeah, he's going to turn and run. Now, I just got to have a quick look for attacks of opportunity unless someone's already looked.
Takes an action point. If you have one saved up or haven't gone yet this turn, you can do it.
Oh, interesting.
If it
I
has,
haven't gone
if
yet
it
this
has,
turn, can I
mine can
use it?
reset the.
Yeah, it says if an enemy who's engaged in melee combat with you attempts to move away, you can, if you wish, make an attack of opportunity against her. This works as any other melee combat attack, but counts as fast, and you get +2 to the roll.
So
Oh.
it counter affects your quick action. Well, because Buddy's running away. So
Right.
yeah, so it kind of nails it out. All right, so this guy here is going to turn and run.
I take an attack of opportunity.
All right.
I think we both are going to.
All right. Well, I'm going to let Amal go first because she has a higher action. So spend an action point. So that brings it down to 2. And there's no modifiers to this. So it's your straight melee and your strength skill, or whatever one is attached to it. Strength. Okay.
I'm getting the hang of this. And when he turns to run, I'm going, oh no you don't. I want to try to jump on his back and wrap my arms around his neck to stop him. Not like that.
All right. So that's a fail. You can pray if you want, and try it again.
Ask yourself, what would Aziz do?
Did you add the-
You should be praying my baklava didn't get smashed in all this.
Why did you only get 3 dice? Did you add the 2 from the attack of opportunity?
But it's a quick action, so it negates it. So there's 0.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
You're not going to pray?
No, I'm not gonna
I mean,
pray.
it says it's only you attack normally. It's just a fast action.
Yes. And a fast action.
Yeah, it's a +2 -2, so it evens out. But
Yeah.
does she have? Do you?
Why is it -2?
Because
No, in the description it said you're attacking normally, but it only costs 1 attack, 1 action point. So
okay,
still a normal attack.
I'll go with that for now. So roll 2 extra dice, and I'll have a look at that one after. I'll write that one down.
Unless I heard it wrong.
That's got a success in it.
All right, so it's a hit. So you do 1 point of damage to number 3, and you actually have one that you can grapple if you want.
I just kind of wanted, if he's turned to run, I'm going to go take a flying leap onto his back and wrap my arms around his neck.
Well, you got him.
So now you've got me screeching at this guy, flailing on the back of his neck. Come on, Miriam, give me a hand here.
Hey, can I like kick him or something or whatever?
Yeah, feel free.
Okay, what am I rolling? Just strength and
If you go for the back of his knees, we'll take him down between my weight on his back.
all right. So
It's going to be your melee roll plus your strength plus the 2 for the attack of opportunity.
+6.
So you can make a prayer and re-roll all the other dice, except for the 1 6.
To who should I make a prayer to? The dancer? Or...
To the dancer, yep.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
There's another one.
All right. So you can do a total of 2 points of damage to the individual if you want.
Sure.
So you're whittling that person down.
How?
So Amal, you went. So
No,
he.
that was just for reaction.
That was just for the action. Yep. So now he's grappled. So let me have a see here now how grappling works because.
Well, he was already grappled by the time she attacked.
That's right.
Yeah.
She hit him hard enough with my weight already on his back. He should have went down, and now we've got him pinned to the floor.
You might already have him. I'm just going to double check the...
I'm thinking we got him pinned to the floor.
Or at least it's got a bloody nose, right, by now?
I was on his back. We'd already specified that. If you hit him from behind also, and with the additional weight, throwing him off balance, brought him down to the floor, now we're on his back, and he's pinned to the floor.
Well, you're certainly on his back, but whether he can break free in the remainder of his action now, we'll see.
Opposed melee roll to break free. And that's the only thing they can do. They can't take any other actions. It's a normal action.
All right, so it's going to be an opposed melee roll. And that seems to be a standard action from the looks of it here.
But does he need to break free against both of them at the same time? So could they help each other?
Well, Miriam used her extra point of damage, extra dice to do an extra point of damage.
Oh, okay.
Or do I have to roll something for him to break my grapple?
You roll a melee attack and he rolls, and if he gets more successes, he breaks free.
Okay, so yeah, so his melee skill is going to be five dice versus how many is yours?
3.
All right, so he's going to roll 5. And he has 1, so
You want to play. You always want to play, but now you do want to play.
I think this is more of a need versus want
Don't
situation.
they have a useful talent?
well, she's like the pilot, so she's not really. I can see this type of character who's not a combat character, just kind of jumping on the person's shoulders, just wailing about, kind of like, and they're kind of kicking and screaming and just pounding on the sides of
I
his
was
head.
trying to provide a distraction. I think I've done that.
I think you have as well.
Okay, so you let yourself simply shake him off. Okay.
So, are you going to try to? Did you want to re-roll that with a prayer, or would you like to let it happen?
Oh, I'm just going to let it happen.
Okay, so he spends the remainder of his actions to get up, and
That's a full action. That's 2 points to
yep. So
break free.
he's done. So Amal, you now have 2 action points. You have this person directly in front of you. What would you like to do?
And so that was my 2 action points. It's attacking, close combat, melee.
Yep.
So
Please hit the guy with the gun.
go with the guy with the gun. He's number 2.
He is number 2. Yep.
That's why I admire Miriam. She's very strong and she works really hard at her conditioning. That takes self-discipline.
Only because I didn't want to be a poor person on my planet forever. That was my inspiration.
All right. So you went to roll to attack, and you failed and you missed. Are you going to pray and try a re-roll?
Trying to think of what I would pray for. That would have to be to the dancer.
To the
correct?
dancer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
Make your prayer.
Can you tell I'm really used to praying?
It's totally easy. In the dancer's name, it's like a little prayer.
I will pray to the dancer to grant me the grace and the strength to strike down not just my enemies but hers. And roll again.
All right. I'll take a
There's an
darkness point.
icon card deck apparently for Coriolis.
Yeah, it's such low melee, I'll still fail anyway, but that's okay.
Ho ho ho! Look at that.
And the dancer answers.
Not just gun.
All right.
I just think I disarmed the other one.
So you do 1 point of damage, and you disarm that one.
Can I, like, just rip the gun out of his hand instead of knock it out of his hand?
Sure, you get to describe it.
No, after I mumble my little prayer to the dancer, I turn around and I latch onto his arm and twist until I twist the gun free of his hand.
Let's twist again. Yeah.
Well done. All right, Jabbar.
Well, seeing that there's really probably no clear shot at this, I'm going to finish
Pistol whip.
esophagus on can pick it up.
You know, you're going to... No, because Amal went and took the gun out of Buddy's hand. She never knocked it out, she grabbed it. Jabbar?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Can you hear me?
Yep, I got you. She never knocked the gun out of the hand. She actually grabbed it and took it from him.
I'm saying with three of mine clear shot. So rather than shooting, I'm going earlier and move the urn onto the ship.
Oh, okay. I got you. I understand completely. All right. Yep. No problem. So we can get you onto the ship.
So
That'll
push or pick up.
That'll be
that. Otherwise,
it's push. It'll be push.
start shoving it. And pushing it is. And I'm not sure on 2 action points, but I'm assuming I would need some distance.
Yep. So you can move yourself onto the ship along with the urn. That'll cost you 3 action points.
Nice.
Well done. All right. So it goes down to attacker number 2. He has no weapon. You see him reach underneath his cloak, and he pulls out a device that fits the size of his hand. It looks like a small device, round, and it has like a red pin on it type of thing, and the button. And he yells to the top of his lungs some form of prayer. And it's may my sacrifice be acknowledged in the great icon's home. So he pulls a grenade. And he seems to be quite sure about what he's going to do. All right. Let's see here. Man, I'm learning a lot of new rules here.
By the way, how long on the is the response time for dock security? Since you know the Prophet Dahar is clearly this is an assassination attempt.
Yeah, a good question. And actually, how about the fire system? Because they got their alert too.
Yeah, so everybody is coming.
Well, we're only
I mean, if the foam is filling the corridor, it could probably counteract a little bit of the explosion.
So, guys, I'm rapidly trying to look through this the rules for blast here, and I can't see where
127 grenades.
127.
That's what the index. That's what the index is.
Yeah, so what you do is you sort of regular.
Oh, you're all broken up there, Will. I don't know why you're hardly coming through.
Hello?
Yeah, you're still there. You're breaking up pretty bad, actually.
Oh, they're there. Grenades are on 129.
So what kind of grenade?
We're about to find out. So it has a blast power of 6. It has a radius of close, so that will get everybody within the immediate zones which are next to him. So I'm just continuing on, making sure here.
The work is you roll 6 stacked up.
Yep.
Every 6, you get the damage value, which is last is square.
All right.
As you work close range, 1 square.
Okay, so I'm going. What page are you reading this on?
I read that earlier when I set it up.
I'm just trying to figure it out here now. So let's see here, because I roll 6 dice, everyone within 1 square, and it is going to be, it has a damage of 2. So if I get this right, I've just rolled a 6 dice against everybody.
Unless it's
I
everybody in 1 square.
You're all broken up, man. I can barely understand you.
Now the only, yeah.
You just want you think you can just quickly type it into the chat window there?
Yeah, that could be actually quicker than.
Because is there a way you can jump out of a blast zone? Like, he's just pulling the pin, so I'm going to say it goes off right where he is at.
I would assume everyone gets some kind of dodge or so.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so is the number of dice rolled for the attack, is there any type of defense against it? Because I can't find those rules.
Up to the DM. But an agility check seems like a reasonable thing to reduce damage or miss it or half it.
Yes, I'm going to say oh, wow. I'm going to rule, for now, the damage is going to be 2, so I'm just going to roll the dice. Everyone in the zone is going to take the damage, and if you have armor, you can try to roll against it.
I don't think I can get to my locker and put it on that fast.
Alright, so here we go. So here's the 6 dice. This is going to go against attacker number 2 himself. So nothing affects him, which seems very odd. Attacker number 3, nothing. Against Yusef, So Yusef is going to take 2 points of damage.
So that is going to put me out.
So you're broken right now.
I'm broken.
All right. Hamal?
Here.
You stuff falls on the grenade.
Nothing's going to affect you. And finally, Miriam.
He has armor, I believe.
Okay, so you have a chance to roll your armor dice. So there's currently two hits against you.
Okay, she has heavy armor.
Okay, so your armor is... Now, what's the stats for heavy armor? I need to find it very quick.
On here.
6 dice.
6 dice.
6
Okay, so I roll 6 dice.
Yep, roll 6 dice, and for each 6 you cancel... You roll, you cancel the damage. So did you want to re-roll this?
I got
I know you can't, sorry.
So can I pray and re-roll it, or...
It's not a skill.
Yeah, it's not a skill, so there's no re-roll for this one.
Crap.
So you take, let's see, 2 points of damage for the frag. And I'm going to spend the additional 1, so you're going to take a total of 3.
Hey, where's my hit points on here?
Your hit points is, in your combat section, is a 9. So you're down to 6. All right, Aziz, you get to go first.
All right. How about Yusuf? Is he in need of stabilizing?
Yusuf is in pretty bad... Well, he's broken right now.
Okay.
So he can't do anything at all.
Okay. How long would treatment take? Would it be an action, or is it not possible during combat?
No, it's an action.
3 action points.
How many points? 2 points?
Yeah, it'll be one to run out and 2 to treat him.
Okay, then I run right behind him, cradle him in my arms, and apply, of course, my medkit.
All right, I'm going to ask you a serious question. I'm going to let you describe it. Would Aziz, who was working in the ship repairing the fuel bugs, would he have had his medical kit on him?
Yes, of course.
All right then.
I have all my kits all the time with me.
Oh, so you're covered in tool bags and kits and bags and the whole works.
Yes, of course.
Of course.
I can picture this. He looks like those little peddlers in the.
As opposed to his unconscious captain who left
Hey
all
guys.
his locker.
Hey guys, it's 3 action points to administer first aid.
Oh no! So he's got to get out there first.
So I get out there, and I still have 2 points left.
That's correct. Yep.
Well, maybe I can use them somewhat more profitably. You know, I'm dragging him, of course, away. What does Yusuf have with him regarding equipment or whatever?
I have very expensive clothes that are filled with bullet holes and bloodstains.
It's not a problem. We buy you new ones. Not a problem.
I have a power cell, a tabula, a tag, a transactor. And
Well, how large is a power cell?
yes,
How large is a power cell? What's the size of a power cell?
I'm thinking.
Power
probably like-
cells are tiny.
Yeah,
Power cells are tiny.
I didn't actually get it. How large?
tiny.
Tiny.
Damn it. Okay. All right. I you know what? I drag us both into cover. I grab him and drag us both into cover. It's probably up there or so. So I drag him away. If that's okay. Can I move him? Yeah.
It'll be. You can make a quick action out there, and then to start to drag him and pick him up and prepare him, you can get halfway back to the ship. That's what I'm going to rule for now.
Okay. Then I drag him about here into cover. Is that their cover? Because it's important to get him into cover somewhere. I don't want him to get hurt anymore.
Yep,
So,
I'm happy with that.
okay.
Miriam, you're up next.
Okay, well, let's see. Number 3, he's still conscious, right?
He is, yep.
I'm gonna punch him again, I guess.
All right, so he will defend.
Okay.
For a bit, so she can fit in there and get a better visual on it.
So it is going to be you get to roll your melee attack.
That was a crappy roll.
Are you going to pray?
Sure.
So you're going to pray to the dancer. So let's hear your prayer.
Okay, so please, dancer, let me, what's the word? This unbeliever needs to be punished for not believing.
All right, sounds good.
Woohoo! I was heard.
Oh, look at that. Okay, so you rolled a hit. He is going to try to defend. It is 5 dice for him. And he reduces your 2 to 1. Because 1/6 cancels out yours. So you still do 1 point of damage to him.
Ooh.
How much did he already get? I think he got several hits already.
Yeah, he's down to 3 now.
Oh.
Like, take that.
This girl's up here whittling away at him with, unarmed combat, basically.
Yeah, just bloody his nose again. Anyone to help with attack number 2?
So now that brings us down to Ardashir. I said your name right this time?
Close enough. I should really screw a Jolly and just slightly change it every time.
You should. You just messed me right up. Nevins did the same to me in the Conan game. He's called Nebbles now.
Fair enough. So, I push the communicator down again, and I say, grenades have exploded in the bay. This clear assassination attempt against the Prophet Dashir will not be looked upon kindly by the church.
All right. The alarms are going off, and in the distance, the alarms and the lights are flashing now, and you get a response back, and it says, Tarahara, Roger, security forces are en route. Please please attain cover and stay safe.
Then they just keep shooting at us.
How about
we're not hearing a word of it.
how about the foam? How about the foam? When is the foam coming? Because, well, why not?
Emergency response teams are en route to your location. Please vacate to a safe location.
Yeah, but I did actually request immediately some extinguishing foam, and that was successful. I suppose it's coming anytime now.
Any second now, yep.
Okay.
Negative.
In that case, I will take the rest of my awesome actions, and how do I get to go sooner in this? What do I need to do?
So what you do there, you can adjust your
when you have additional rolls, you can bump yourself up 2 instead of getting extra damage.
Okay, so there's a couple of ways you can re-roll your skill to move yourself up. You can use your actions below to maneuver to a better position, raising so your skill takes raising your initiative. You can use actions below to maneuver into a better position. So action points.
I don't think you can use action points. I think you use additional hits. Like,
Oh, if you do an action and you have surplus successes, you can spend those.
yes, either melee or even a range attack if you get 2 in your initiative.
It says
kind of in the cockpit of the ship, so I can't unless you want me to shoot through the viewport. I don't think you guys want that.
so the way it works here, it says there's a couple of ways you can actually raise your initiative score. On page 82, it says you can use your actions to maneuver into a better position, raising your initiative score. Your new score takes effect in the following turn and could change the turn order for the rest of the fight. So when it's your turn to act, you can perform the following actions. There's slow, normal, fast, and free. Action points. Slow action costs you 3, normal is 2, fast is 1, free is 0. In the turn, you can perform 3 fast actions, 1 normal, 1 fast. Okay.
On page 89, there is the raise initiative spent for surplus successes.
Oh, perfect.
It would raise initiative by 2.
Oh, so, okay. So it's part of your actions. So whatever actions you do, you can attack. If you make a roll, like say you're doing something, you can try to raise your initiative. Bonus effects, raise your initiative. Yeah, so you can raise your initiative by using melee, by using ranged effects, and stuff like that. So it appears that the only way to raise your initiative is to try and do some sort of ranged attack roll or melee attack roll.
Okay. Not in a position to do that. Oh well. I guess I can try and get down to the prophet and make sure he's protected.
Fair enough. That works.
I guess that seems like the wise course of action. When you guys agree with all these assassins around?
Yep. We don't know who else they might have been getting past further approaches.
There could be more we don't know about hiding in the shadows.
Leaving the poor computer guy to sit there and try and, like, you know, babysit the VIP. God, I thought you guys were pros.
All right, Yusef, it is now your turn. Your action points have been reset to 3. What would you like to do? Oh, you're out. You can't do anything.
Yeah, I will try to get him back into action as soon as I'm able to act.
All right. Attacker number 3. He doesn't have a weapon. He is going to try to run away again. Anyone would like to take a action against him?
I will. Can I? I picked up a gun. Can I shoot him?
Yes, you can.
And that's one act. That's one of my action points, right?
It's going to be one of your action points.
But I get the +2 for the attack opportunity.
It's a +2 for the attack of opportunity. Now the thing is, your pistol is. Let's have a see here now.
Oh, I picked up one of their guns.
That's right. So you have a +1 to your range because of the type of pistol that it is.
I got a +2 for the attack of opportunity. That's +3. And I gotta add my
Now
agility. Oh, nice.
the only thing I need to find out. Okay, you can fire your weapon at targets. Because you are in close range with your weapon, it's a -3. Because
-3.
Yeah.
That puts me. That just evens out the.
Even out everything, I guess.
Okay.
So shoot him in the back. Now let's hear your
No, I'm gonna start screaming at the dancer when you guys are gonna hear me.
No, you can now pray to the judge. You know, the judge is much more serene. You might want to pray to the judge.
Smashed my hello.
Oh, the judges for justice and punishment, yes.
Yes.
No, I'm gonna let it pass.
All right, Miriam, are you going to try to do anything?
Sure, I'll try and hit him again.
All right, so it's going to cost you 1 action point. Here you
Okay.
go.
And melee.
It's melee. He is not going to try and defend.
I have 2 melee combats on my skin.
All right.
Whoa!
Now, did you want to pray and try to get some additional 6s?
Sure, why not?
Oh, yeah, bring on the dark points. I like it. Oh, you never prayed. I got to hear a prayer.
Oh, okay, I say, please, dancer, let us overcome, this unbeliever, and he must face justice, or something like that, I don't know.
Let him dance his last dance.
Yes, let him.
All right, so you did your attack. You have a total of 3 successes. For your bonus bonus 6s, you have 2. You can increase the damage by 1 for each, or you can inflict a critical injury on your enemy.
What kind of critical injury can I inflict?
Smash his windpipe in.
It doesn't say what it is for
Roll.
melee.
It's probably you
It's
have to make a roll.
You just punched him in the windpipe and smashed his windpipe in.
Yeah, you still make a roll, but you could actually simply take him out by stressing him out.
All right, so
In their windpipe, they don't do that.
I'm just looking for the critical hits on combat. I don't see it there.
I don't think they use different critical hits
No, it's
for any weapon.
So guys, I'll be more familiar with how combat works on the next game we play. But I'm going to rule for now because I like the idea of critical damage. You can do 1 point of damage and spend 2 on a critical hit, or you can spend all of them on extra damage, and that'll kill them anyway. That'll take him
Well,
out.
I'm spending them all on extra damage then.
All right. So Miriam hauls off. Well, you describe it. You just smoke the guy.
I give him. I basically just aim a shot at his windpipe and he heals over. I got very lucky with my shot.
Crushing their larynx will do that.
All right, Amal, it is now your turn.
action points left, and with 2 action points with the gun I still have in my hand, I can shoot him again without all the. Do I still have penalty?
You got no additional penalties here now, so.
Okay. So
Oh no! Oh, sorry. With your gun, yeah, you can fire again, and it's still a -3. It's still close range for your ranged weapon.
But if I step up, so -3.
It's -3. Yep. So you get +1 for your gun, though.
+1 for the gun and a -3. So I'm actually got a -2.
Yep.
Plus my 5 for my agility, so it's a +3.
Didn't that guy move out of a range? Because he moved on his turn. He was running away from her, wasn't he?
Oh, yes, actually, yeah.
No, that was there's only one guy left. That's attacker number 2, and he hasn't done
And
anything
he's
yet.
the one that used it. He's the one that used the grenade.
Yeah. So that's a miss. Did you want to pray to the judge?
No, that's all right.
You know, the judge he will listen, you know?
You're not out here advising me, Aziz. You're over there staunching wounds. You're not paying a bit of attention.
All right, Shabar, as you're pushing the crate in now, you're just entered inside the ship. What would you like to do?
Does it look like a clear shot at the remaining?
Yeah, you do. Yep.
I'll slide over and shot remaining assassin. So it'll be a normal shot.
Yep.
It's short range, so there's no penalty. That uses up all my action points.
Okay. Are you going to pray?
Yes, I'll pray to.
It's the judge for this one.
Pray to the judge and say.
Oh wait, now you rolled your damage.
I did, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
Attack.
It's the attack. Yeah.
Attack, it just has the other information in there. So it's 3 damage for the.
Yeah, I've just put in the whole. I'll go ahead and pray to the judge, say, make my aim true, and put down this infidel.
Okay. So I'll take a darkness point for that.
Nice, there's another one.
Yeah, so just crit, so I'll just throw in a neck of damage. I'll do 3 points of damage, and then I'll use 1 additional hit for to bump up my.
All right, so you do 4 points of damage total.
Negative 3 points of damage, and bump up my initiative.
Oh, bump up your initiative. All right, so what did you want to bump up your initiative to?
Should be 7 now.
All right. There you go, up to 7. Number 3, he goes down. He does 3 damage, so it brings him down to 3. I yield. I yield.
Good for you.
Great, we time up.
Amal, watch out for the grenade.
I know who sent him.
And
Time up first.
as he's yelling out, he yields. I am going to do this. Let's get back to.
Is this where security comes and murks him in the head?
No, it's not gonna murk him in the head. No.
Not in the back instead.
Where is it? One second, almost there. So as you guys are, he's yelling out security or I surrender, I surrender. Suddenly, figures start arriving on the edges, and they say, "Everyone, get down! Put your hands up! Drop the weapon! Drop the weapon right now!" Amal, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna drop the weapon and hold up my bag of baklava. They're a white bag, so surrender.
Everyone, there's about 6 or 7 of these guys that show up, and they all come up, and everyone down on the floor right now, hands above your head. And with that, I'm going to end this first adventure.
Awesome. Thanks, guy. That rocked. That was a lot of fun.
And it went pretty well. I ran right into the middle of the fight and didn't get a scratch.
So
Oh, I got a scratch.
Oh, well, first of all, before we end this, Haziz, did you want to try? You were in the Did you want to try to treat Yusef?
Yes, of course.
Or are you
Yes,
going
of
to
course.
get yourself down on the ground and comply to wishes?
It's totally easy, this decision. It's actually my buddy Yusuf. I will treat him, no matter what.
So you are going to ignore the armed forces that are coming to secure the area, and you're going to just start doing your thing?
Yes, of course.
All right.
I'm trusting the Lady of Tears will protect me.
All right. I'm going to make a note of that, and I'll figure out what type of damage or what type of issue or trouble you're going to get into in the start of the next adventure.
But the treatment, do we do the treatment now or next time?
We'll do it now.
Okay. So I do have a medikit that gives me +2 on this roll,
Okay.
and let's see what I can get there.
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
We are going to. I'm going to spend some darkness points.
All right.
We have given him a lot, haven't we?
The thing is, if I don't use them, they carry over into the next round, into the next
Jesus.
adventure, which is awesome.
I never go away, do they?
So how many do you currently have, or did you currently have?
Got like 15, I think.
No, I got about 7. I only got about 7. Let's see here. I will bring up my action point thing. Or no, wrong.
If those dark points he got kills you, Aziz, don't blame me. I don't pray.
Which is why you don't hit the thing.
I hit when it matters. I'm not a fighter. I'm a pilot.
You know something?
I was merely providing a distraction, and I think I was quite effective.
You did.
You were, but I'm the fighter, so that's why I hit.
Actually, no. I'm not going to. I am not going to spend any points. I'm going to save it for now. So go ahead and make your roll.
Okay. That's wits and medicurgy, and +2 for the medikit. So let's see what I can get.
But if Yusuf dies, then that means Elspeth can become our captain.
At first, he won't die on my watch.
That's my name,
and-
not the captain.
And for the second, we do have the Lady of Tears. We have a prophet of the Lady of Tears here. So I pray for the Lady of Tears to reroll some of my dice. Oh, Lady of Tears, your blessed prophet is in our custody, and we need to bring them wherever he needs to be. So let's help me. Let's help me get my good captain and good buddy back to his better self. Let him be able to bring your prophet back to where he belongs. Let's see how that turns out. I reroll with 1 die less because I have 1 success already.
Yep.
So let's hope for more successes. And yeah, that's another one. Okay.
That'll get me up at 2 hit points.
So there you go.
Thank you, Aziz. Thank you, Lady of Tears.
I really was in shock. But now you're back. Tell us what we have to do.
Right now is get yourself down on the ground. Get down on the ground. The police are yelling at you.
I'm gonna pull Aziz down right next to me. Hands up over our heads so they can see. There's a pistol near me somewhere. I'm making sure that my hands are nowhere near it.
Yeah, I'm down on the ground already, so.
So yeah, so that is the first adventure for Coriolis.
Nice.
I'll apologize for my little lack of rules on this one because I'm not that fluent in it yet. But please don't judge me yet.
Oh, we still got things we're working out with our characters as well too. I think.
Yeah.
All right, good for a session. That was a lot of fun.
And
Yeah, this is going to be a rough crew.
yeah,
I'd like to ask
you were broken up again there, Will.
Say again, Will?
He's gone. Will is gone. We lost Will. Who fired at Will?
Not me. I was punching out the assassins.
All I could do was sit there and do the right thing and let the law know about these lawbreakers.
Hey, they turned out to be pretty effective.
That worked. Yep. I sure do wish I hadn't left all my weapons in the ship, and I had every intention of spending the money to have the license so I could have it. And then I bought all those parts and shit, and I was like scrambling after the install. Like I was literally 2 minutes before the game, like still trying to install Fantasy Grounds on my laptop. And so at the end, I was like, I don't have time to deal with this shit. So I'm like, I'm not going to need weapons. We're just going to be talking and walking around the station.
And I didn't actually need a weapon because I probably wouldn't have taken it shopping.
I was like, what? You're going to go to the market? Oh, this is exciting.
And so I would have left my weapon back on the ship, so I'm like, okay, we'll just do unarmed combat then.
Had you considered asking your data gen to perhaps help you obtain permits?
You can buy them. Like it's just in the rules there's a section about Coriolis that says you can buy a permit for a weapon. It costs the same price as the weapon. So, and I don't know if anybody has licensed as a talent. Do we have anybody with license?
No.
I don't know. For some reason, I have 2 melee combats on my sheet.
I think Abdul Nazar, the character who wasn't today here, he has license.
Okay. I thought someone had it. Yeah, when I heard they had guns, I was like, we're fucked, and I was almost going to just, like, run to my cabin, because I've got a pistol, a rifle, a mercurium dagger, and a shock whip.
I'm curious. What?
Well, I'm not
What
going
do
to
you
judge
think?
you if you got a shock whip. What you do in your cabin is on your own. Like, I got nothing against it.
Yeah, of course. Flagellation is a very widespread practice for every true believer. I do it from time to time myself.
Perhaps I'll flagellate you once in a while, Aziz.
Hey,
If you say
I love you like my brother, but not in that way.
that is not what I intended, trust me.
But actually, what did you think I bring back from your cabin if I take a look there?
I was hoping you'd see that there were weapons, and your response was perfect. I
probably wouldn't have brought any weapon at all, ever.
I know you wouldn't. Yes.
I wouldn't have found it.
I will make a note.
Well,
Tell Marianne to go back and get the weapon next time.
Zealots get you killed. I'm telling you now.
I just realized that my first action as the captain couldn't be to run away from the fight.
Yeah, lead from the front.
Okay, what?
That's okay.
No, you couldn't run away with two girls running in. You just
Yeah.
couldn't do that, right?
No, I absolutely could. Okay, it didn't matter who was running in, not even just girls. Even though it would have been the tactical thing to do, there was no way. I'm like, and when I couldn't get the thing out of there on the first turn, I'm like, all right, if they're going in, I can go in. Because the captain can melee. He's not good with a gun, but he can brawl. But we did it. We're just a little punctured.
Amal's not a fighter at all.
Marianne is.
Which, you know, it's a lost
She's even like genetically engineered for it.
gotta remember, guys. I came with the ship, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We all have what we can bring to the table.
That's right.
Yeah, I want to see any of you try to fly.
whoop. I just, what did I just do here?
I gotta go because I gotta work tomorrow.
Have a good one, Emily. I'll catch you
night.
on Facebook and what? Friday night. Oh yeah, Friday night. Squall Delta Green. Woohoo!
Yeah.
So Jolly, we're on next week, but then it's 3 weeks off for you. Is that correct? And then 3 on again.
Well, that's the thing. I have, next Sunday is not going to work for me at all.
Okay.
Because I'm leaving the next morning, and I'm not going to play a game the night before I leave, type of thing.
Yep.
So what is it? I also got Conan, which is at a very critical point right now. So I'm gonna think about it and see what we can do. Would people be interested in moving it to another day, whether Thursday or Friday? And you don't have to answer now. Just think about it. And if not, then we can just call it for now, or we can work something out. But we'll let everyone think about it first.
I can answer now. Friday doesn't work because I already have a game there. Thursday could work.
And I can answer that now for both Emily and I. We just started the Fall of Delta Green. That's really cool. So that won't work for us.
For Friday or Thursday or any of them?
Friday. Friday. Hammer run. And some days you remind me of Hammer a lot, Jolly, because between the Belgrade Press and the Modifius, and I was like, is there anything else? We play a lot of Gumshoe with Hammer.
All right. So right off the get-go, Friday is not going to work for anyone.
Pretty much.
Yep.
All right. So
So
we'll think about it. We'll see what's going to happen, and we'll decide then.
And
Oh, and,
Thursday won't work for me because every other Thursday I do 7